Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Suplexes and Shea Butter. I am Tanya here with my two beautiful co hosts. Say hi, ladies. We got Tyler and we got Miss Claudine.
Hey y'all.
Okay, we bring it to you. We come to you before every WWE live event. I don't know how much longer that's gonna last, but that's just tea, baby. Anyway,
Is
Fucking facts.
it's like discussion
nobody
about
got time, bro.
that. But this Sunday is a time for celebration. I don't care what anybody says. It is going to be the first ever WWE All Women's Pay Per View entitled WWE Evolution.
Girl.
Triple H is so vain. By the way, I had to get this out. He named the pay per view after his group. Really, really, Triple H. You're so vain.
Wait,
Okay,
did he
I
say
bet
that for
you
real?
think this song is
I mean,
about you.
but I
Don't
mean,
you?
it's a simple ass name. They could have came up with something better. And Evolution
Well,
was the name of his.
Revolution was taken by like NXT, I think.
Okay, Tanya, what would you have called it? What would you have called the pay per view?
What would I would have called it?
Mm-hmm. Like if it wasn't Evolution, what would you call it?
Let me think about that.
If y'all see me looking off to the side, I'm paying attention. My cat's here. I've only had her for a week and a half, so it's still new.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm getting used to like dealing with like a pet.
You know what? I would have preferred a different cliche that they always use. You know, when the guy is the top guy, they're like, "It's my time." They could
Uh-huh.
have said, "Our time now," or something like that. I don't know. It's just too like they've been coining it. It's just too the same. You know.
Do y'all actually believe? I mean, I know based on people can figure out for themselves that they ain't really been invested a lot. Some people are saying different, but do y'all believe them dirt sheets when they said the management really don't give a fuck about evolution?
Listen, let me
No,
tell you.
WWE showed us they don't give a fuck about evolution.
Listen, let me tell you though. I saw a take on this from a guy I really respect, and I kind of agree. He's saying that like people are just really paying attention now because it's women, but WWE really sucks at building up a lot of their pay-per-views.
Of
It's just
course.
that the magnifying glass is so on the women and it's showing even more. But I agree with that, but in my opinion, it's even less because they literally just threw most of the women into one match. They never do that to the men. The
Yeah.
men at least get like some side stories of, oh, you spilled beer on me. Let's have a pre-show match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
let's talk about it.
Alicia Fox could have bumped somebody in the hallway and boom, she got a match at Evolution.
Yeah.
Somebody could have said, "Ooh, your weave is busted." They got a match at, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't even, they do that with men. They do that petty shit. They get a match. They just said, this is historic. Put them in a battle royal.
Like
And they don't do that to men.
to be very honest,
And their
I'm
reactions on Twitter
pissed.
was fucking wow. Like the divas reaction on Twitter to being put in barrel. They was like, "What the fuck is
The,
this
the
shit?"
SmackDown women weren't even told.
They
They
weren't having
found
that
out
shit.
on
They was
by
pissed.
watching Raw.
Yeah, they was
Yeah.
pissed.
I think for me, what pissed me off was this week. I was already kind of irritated with Evolution, but this week pissed me off because I'm seeing them everywhere. And I said, oh, so your PR team woke up on Monday morning and said, shit, we got a job to do. And let's just try. What? The week of? Y'all just decided to start talking about it like it's this history making thing and it's this whole event. Like, I'm just going to be very honest and very frank about this. The women are the reason why the women are getting talked about. This isn't the WWE. The women stepped up.
Yeah.
They had made themselves a point of saying we need to have a conversation. And it wasn't just the NXT girls. The NXT girls got the matches, yes. But let's just be very quite frank and honest.
Nikki Bella, the
Total
Bella
divas.
twins.
Total Divas. What we saw, to be honest, when we met these women on Total Divas, the general consensus was these girls are so funny and so interesting and so charismatic, and we
I
get
fell
none
in
of that
love
on
with
TV.
Naomi because of that
Yes,
show.
I
I
loved
was
her,
like,
but even more.
if like I first saw her, she was just a funkadactyl. They didn't show her character until she was on Total Divas. I was like, oh my god, she's the greatest. Push her, like, and then they show her when Oksana injured her eye.
What the hell is you doing?
I'm acting a fool.
And
Everybody who's listening, I can't monitor because I like to jump in the chat. I can't do it tonight. I have been drinking salted caramel Crown Royal and Sprite for a solid hour and a half now. So
We're gonna let y'all know right now.
we all lit. So y'all talk amongst each other in the chat and like
I was
we
so
got
sorry.
I'm probably gonna be the emotional one tonight.
Oh.
So
It's okay.
if y'all don't understand why we acted the way we acted,
Everybody
watch
been
damn Monday
drinking.
Night Raw, goddamn.
Everybody drinking. We've
watch
been
the
drinking.
first 15 minutes. Okay, we're
Watch
gonna get on
the
that.
beginning of the goddamn show.
So let's go over these evolution matches.
What matches?
Can I be
Girl, come on, let me get to this website.
Can I be
The first match we can go over is the Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella. And I really want to talk about this.
Better beat her ass.
Listen,
I feel
Nikki.
like both of them, just to be frank, okay? So
yeah, let Tyler get in because she's gonna be the nicest one.
don't before Tanya and Miss Claudine go off, I believe, unlike everybody else, that I don't think wrestlers be trying to. I have said that Ronda's arm drags end up fucking somebody else. I have said that.
We've all said that.
I said that.
She used to fling Alicia Fox. Just fling her.
Out.
I said, like, her Samoan drop scares me sometimes. I feel like she be slamming them on their fucking necks.
She's
like,
really Brock.
Who told her? Somebody was like, call Nia or Roman or the Usos. They'll explain how to do it.
No, like, here's the thing. I like for her to still be there for like a couple of months. I do give her credit. She is learning fast, even though there's still some things that she still needs to work on. Like the arm drags, they do scare me because it's like she do them shits like she in the UFC for real. Like, and I'm like, I understand. Like, and some fans might like that because
she see Amanda Nunes here
because it kind of makes the sport a little legitimate, but at the same time, it's like it's still an entertainment company. You still have to protect each other. So it's like I kind of get that. And then I noticed some people are pissed about what she said about the Saudi whatever the fuck it is event. Now I get where she's coming from. TMZ always seems to catch her when she has her little crazy ass quotes or whatever. I don't know how they do it.
No, how about Ronda always has a crazy ass quote for TMZ? How about that?
And I'm saying TMZ always around when she has something to say.
You know what? Just say no comment.
But she probably should have said no comment or something.
Yeah,
you know
just don't.
Vince said he wasn't gonna talk. Just follow his lead.
Yeah, Vince said I ain't talking about that shit. I'm getting this money. That's
like why? If Vince ain't defending it, why is you? Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! But my problem is when you come for Nikki Bella, and all you got to say is her. Just to be honest, her promo sucked until she threw John Cena into it. Now that was a funny joke. I'm gonna give it to her.
Yeah, I said it on Twitter. I said she was waiting for that damn.
Paul Heyman wrote that part. You understand me? The thing about knocking down John Cena's door. Paul Heyman wrote that part.
But I feel like Nikki had the last laugh, to be real, with that interview where she was like, "I think we need to move past this." I said, "Yes, tell them."
I probably would have went off script.
It was fierce when Carmella did it, but this is the fourth, fifth girl that's told her the same thing about Cena. Like, it's not
And
interesting
but
anymore.
see, this is the thing that bothers me. At first, you were using it. Heels were saying it, and you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to boo it.
Mm-hmm.
But now a face is saying the same thing, and we're supposed to cheer it. So which one are you telling me? Is it cool to slut shame, or is it not cool to slut shame? It's
Yeah.
not. It is not. Nikki Bella can have sex with whoever she wants to, whenever she wants to. I'm tired of them. This is move on.
Yeah.
Now
Nick,
I'm pretty sure
Nick is an
y'all.
easy target. She ain't very bright. You ain't got to talk about who she had sex with.
Now I'm pretty sure y'all
Just
saw my reaction when Rhonda said that. I was just having fun, but I understand from both sides. Again, I like them both. I love
when did
Nikki.
that happen?
On Monday. What? No, it wasn't on
That was
Monday.
that was last week.
That
We
was
just went
last
on
week.
the air. I just
Oh,
wanted to
I
see.
was in the gym. Okay, okay.
And
Because I don't
she
remember
and when
it.
she said, because I said it too. I said the promo, her promo, almost it started off cringe in the beginning. It sounded like she
She
didn't know what the fuck to
always
say.
is
She wrote
cringe.
that part. The cringe part was hers.
Yeah, it sounded like she didn't know what to say. And
My
then
Right.
favorite.
when she said that sing the line, that's when it started getting natural for her. I was like, she was waiting to say that. She was waiting to say that. But at the same time, I said I get both sides because it's like, and men and the male wrestling fans, they kind of see it as us, being over dramatic, but it's like just like y'all get pissed off when y'all see somebody saying the same shit in their promos. This is how we feel too. Stop saying that shit. It's old. Can
Yeah.
you find another creative way to get heat or
And, because if I were making promos on people and talking about everybody's, if I started a whole thread about Dean Ambrose hairline, I had got dragged from follicle to toenail.
Yeah,
Everybody would have let me know I'm wrong,
yeah,
right? Like they seem to have ethics and morals when it comes to the guys, and like there's a line, except for Roman, he's the exception. And then, otherwise it's like for women it's just fair game. Like, I mean, Nikki was 100% right. I'm not saying the Bella Twins are perfect. I'm not saying they're feminist icons, but I think
yeah.
Nikki
No one is.
is the feminism that people don't like because she's
Thank
okay
you.
with being sexy.
Thank you.
And that
Yeah,
people don't
yeah,
like, they want AJ Lee feminism.
Listen, feminists are not supposed to want to wear dresses and be girly
Yeah.
and go to the mall and shop. And you're supposed to disrespect those women. And no, a real feminist says every woman has the right to live her truth, no matter how she chooses to live it.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion.
Period.
Nikki Bella, you can't like. Then what got me is that she called her a nothing bitch, while Nikki Bella, meanwhile, wrestled for months and months with a broken neck, holding the Divas division together until Charlotte could get up there and she could drop the damn title, and it should have been Sasha Banks anyway.
yeah. It should have been Sasha.
Tyler,
Nothing against Charlotte, but it should have
you
been Sasha.
retweeted what Bree's job is to tighten Nikki's neck bolts.
Yes, it is.
That made me
Nikki is
laugh.
my girl.
Tighten
Nikki
That made me
her
is
laugh.
a
neck
she's a
bolts.
pretty tomboy. I can't wait till she start throwing Ronda. She gonna Alabama slam the breath out of that bitch. Watch.
Yes.
I
Rhonda's
believe.
I
I
gonna
can't
believe.
wait.
I
realize.
believe that's gonna be a good match, though. Honestly,
Yeah, and people keep saying it's not, and I'm like,
I
Nikki
believe it
Bella's the
is.
truth. What are you talking
Do,
about?
I
do we
believe it's
not
gonna be
remember
good.
that Falls Count Anywhere with Natalia and Nikki?
They don't
Yes.
remember.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't.
good.
They don't.
I
They
remember
keep doubting
watching
her.
that, and I was like, this is a banger. Like, I was floored. I was, this is a banger we're watching right now.
Do
Hold
you
on.
remember the first women's Royal Rumble, the final two? Was that not the shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
had two great final twos of the Royal Rumble this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
and they
it made it more
covered me. Who
interesting
look
because
who
it
the
was such two
company
different
was?
worlds.
Yeah. Nick, listen, I don't care what nobody say. Nick is the truth, and I'm rooting for her, even though I know she gonna tap to Ronda. I
I
want
mean,
her to do
even when this is I don't like fantasy booking except for Roman's Return. I'm gonna fantasy book that and write every fan fiction I can. Um,
it.
but I don't like fantasy booking. But even with Ronda, I can't help but try to figure out who is going to take that belt off of her because they wasted Naya.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Charlotte's on
Now
a different
you could
brand.
have now you could have been
I
like
think it's gonna be Charlotte.
a good last feud for Ronda. but it's probably gonna be Charlotte, like Tanya said.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably going to be Charlotte, but it should be Asuka or Sasha.
Yeah. Let's get to the other women's championship match, by the
What
way.
match? Okay, fine.
Becky
Maybe
Lynch.
I'm the only person that had looked at the card and felt like the
Yeah,
card
I'm
really
looking
is
at it
not
right
that
now.
bad. It's not
Becky
that
Lynch is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and they're having a last woman
Ooh,
standing match.
this I want to see.
And Becky Lynch and Charlotte, and they're gonna tear the fucking house down, right? Charlotte's gonna moonsault out something real tall, right?
Duh.
Like
Charlotte's
people
gonna
give Charlotte
no.
shit,
Charlotte's
but
going to attempt to moonsault off of something and try to hit someone.
She ain't gonna hit Becky ass.
Charlotte's gonna fling herself into that crowd over zealous ass.
they probably gonna have like the referee and an extra like trainer or somebody out there in a black shirt to help catch up when it happens. You know how they be doing that shit.
When you said that, all I could think of was that one time. I want to say it was Undertaker or was it Shawn Michaels, but somebody was flipping. It was Undertaker was flipping, and Shawn Michaels pulled the camera guy and pushed the wrestler.
Yep.
Every time I see that moment, I cry. I'm like, that's so funny. It's so bad. It's dangerous, but that's so funny. Because that's me. That's me as a professional wrestler. Like, my entire career is in that moment. Like, I don't belong. Bitch, I tried to run my own apartment one time, being excited. I said, whew, I don't have the cardio for this. Bitch, let me go to the gym. All right, sorry.
That's fine. So, Becky and Charlotte, have you guys been keeping up with that?
Yeah. I have.
You saw Becky confronting Charlotte at the PC?
Yeah.
Okay, whenever it started with Sasha Banks and Bayley at Brooklyn. Whenever women's wrestling is good, I like get emotional and I like tear up. It's the weirdest thing. And I have been tearing up the entire Charlotte and Becky feud. Like, just emotional. Like, I can't help it. I just get so overwhelmed.
I just love how Becky just won't let her forget. Like bitch,
Becky tormenting her. Becky is tormenting
Charlotte. Like, who's the champion, bitch? I beat you, bitch. I own you, bitch.
I just love it. When she beat her up in the performance center, first of all, I was laughing because Bianca Belair looked like, bitch, what is happening? I stand for Bianca. I can't wait for her to she's gonna wreck bitches when she moves up to the main roster. I'm living.
Really, the feud has just been like an on-site feud. That's what it's been.
It has been.
Like Kim Possible and Shigo. You know what I'm saying? On site every time.
I swear.
Who's Kim Possible? Becky.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I liked it though. I mean, I'm looking forward to the match.
Me too.
I got Becky winning though, because it's like people like her.
It's a good match for her to win because she can do something unscrupulous and it's not dirty because it's that type of match.
Becky done told you she was gonna do it.
And I want her to move on to Naomi, and hopefully they've been teasing it, and because I just want Naomi to get as much time in the sun as she can.
I just want her to get some shine, like, really bad. It's like she's such a good
feel the glow.
She is such a good person,
athlete. Like, she's so damn athletic, bitch. You thought you could come in here and fucking got your ass anyway.
Okay, you guys.
I will say this with Naomi. I will say this: when Becky came on her tweet talking about some first women's champ, Naomi said first women's champ loser, the second women's champ soon to be loser. Okay, I got time today too, sis. I said yes, Naomi. She just does not have time. Her and Oscar are so cute, but keep going.
So who we got? We all got Becky on this, okay?
Oh, Becky.
So
Nikki for the first.
No, I got Ronda. Yeah. Sorry about it.
Well, no, I have Ronda, but I'm still going to be rooting for Nikki. But I have Ronda because I don't. They're not gonna give that to Nikki Bella. Like
Mm.
people think they're not gonna give that to Nikki Bella.
I mean, it would be nice, but you know.
I
Yeah, they're
think
not
they
gonna give
will
that to her.
because then we got Brie Bella like threatening to like knock bitches out all the time. They're heels now. Brie will be that knee like bitch. What?
Have you guys been paying to the attention to the NXT Women's Title, Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler?
No.
Yes and no.
Well, I
Yes, as
know
in
the
I'm
last
aware of it, but no, as in I'm not
I
like
mean, I
I
don't
haven't been
watch
invested.
for the fans in attendance. I don't watch NXT like that, so forgive me.
Same.
I
I'm
don't either
I'm,
anymore.
I'm really not interested in NXT, so I really don't comment on shit I don't know about. Like, of course, I hear about the Johnny Garganos and Bianca. I hear about her. Kind of like her. You know, Aleister Blacks. But other than that, I really don't watch the show. It's just not my cup of tea, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
It's gonna be a
I
kick
like
ass match though.
NXT. I
Oh,
just
go ahead.
don't have the time for it. Like I gotta pick and choose. Like I'm still, for those who are playing Spider-Man on PS4, I'm still trying to catch Shocker. Okay, I'm 12% through this story. I can't fucking do it all. I gotta pick and choose my time, man. Like, so I mean, I like NXT. I like Shayna Baszler. I've already said I'd be her prison bitch. Like,
Me
that's just
too.
no point. I'll roll over, bitch. You got what you want. I don't know who will win. I don't. So with Kyrie saying I like her, I don't get it. I'm gonna stay with Rhonda this whole time and just be like, it's not real. She doesn't have a boat. I don't understand what she's doing. Like I just don't get it. But Shayna Baszler I get and like I just connect to. Like she's a badass and she'll kick your ass. I want Shayna to win because I like her, but I want Shayna on a main roster more. So I'm okay with her losing if that means that she's going to be on a main roster soon.
I think she will be. I think Kyrie's gonna beat her. But it's gonna be a kick ass match though.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm looking forward to. Like, I hope they steal the show. Just cause people talk shit about Shayna too goddamn much.
And Shayna's so good. I don't understand.
Yeah,
So
why
goddamn
do
good.
people hate her so much?
Because she's not conventionally pretty.
Is she gay?
Okay, so we got fans who hate wrestlers that aren't pretty, and we got fans who hate wrestlers that are.
Oh, right. No, you can't please them either way.
You can't be too pretty and you can't look too manly.
No, you have to be a pretty pick-me like AJ, you know, who's like, I like video games. That's what you gotta be. You gotta be a pretty pick-me. You can't just be like...
Maybe I'm just not a hater. You know, I have no reason.
I think Shayna's beautiful.
Shit.
Is she gay though? I just can't. That's the only thing.
I mean,
from my heart, you know, I just need to know if I can stand or if I can stand. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what that fan fiction looking like.
So, like, we just don't know what to pick on that one. So we can move on.
Shayna. I want Shayna to win. No, I want Shayna to lose.
So she comes up to the main roster, right? So at first, this match was Alexa Bliss straight up versus Trish Stratus. And then it became Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. And now Alicia Fox replaces Alexa Bliss. And now it's just people are even less excited. Because
people was on my timeline was mad as hell. I was like, damn, people just going in on Ronda. I'm like, my mission was going in on Ronda. I was like, let me stay out of this because I don't have time for my mission to come at me.
Because you already done went off this week. You need a break.
Right.
I heard none of my mutual feelings.
I saw one all caps tweet and I said, whoa. When you said, who the fuck are you calling a nigger, bitch? I said, oh, Lord. She finna get suspended again.
And yeah.
I don't be having time for these motherfuckers.
So listen, I just want this to be a fun little thing because involving Lita was always a risk. And in my opinion, this is what I thought would have been cool because they had Trish back, they had Mickie there, they have the history. They bring up Triple H and Undertaker's rivalry every 3 years as if we give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't
Tell
know
Well,
the
about that shit.
truth.
well, we can get Mickey James versus Trish Stratus one more time. They would have lit it up together. Mickey's still good. Trish is still good. We saw that
Mhm.
in the Rumble. She can at
Yeah.
least get you there. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's I would have, and it's become this big clusterfuck that nobody really cares about now. When it could have been Mickey and Trish, and that would have been awesome to like respect the women that paved the way. You know that they're constantly putting down now.
I still don't see it that way because again, Mickey is their peer. I don't get why they're trying to act like Mickey's current generation. It doesn't connect to me.
I'm just
Um,
saying, you know,
but but Alicia, first of all, stunning, gorgeous beauty. When she came out there with her heels, I said, yes, beat her ass in heels. Yes, Alicia. I like her so much. I think Alicia has done so much with so little that I'm happy. Okay, how about this? To make it very clear. I'm sad that Alexa got injured, especially so close to this match. That was a very important thing for her to career because she has from day one been saying she wanted to face Trish.
she
So
has.
I do feel bad that
Me
she's not
too.
getting the opportunity at this point. But I also am realizing that in that type of situation, anyone could have been thrown in the spot. And they chose Alicia. And once again, even with the brawl on Monday, Alicia showed why she got chosen because
Right?
she does so much with so little. Because it doesn't even though it sucks, it doesn't feel inorganic that she's in there. Even if I just pay attention to Monday alone, it feels natural and organic that she's in that fight for Alexa. You know? So
Yeah,
I'm
she's been
happy for
Alexa's
Alicia.
friend for a minute. Alexa hasn't ever done anything to Alicia, has she?
No,
She's never like put her down or
not that I've seen.
dissed
I don't
her.
remember, no.
Either that, I
No,
don't remember.
I don't ever remember them beefing in any kind of significant way.
Not in no
They seem,
significant way.
yeah, they always seem like Alicia, and they always seem kind of cool. So it makes sense that she would step in for her friend because she can't fight.
Uh-huh.
You know, but it's just it's sad to see. I really, even though people were like Trish and Sasha, if Trish is willing to keep working with WWE and she seemed like she is, that could happen.
Yeah.
I was Alexa has her good points. I'm not like her biggest fan,
I'm going
but
dark for a minute.
I like the fact that she's little, but she is vicious. And when she beats somebody up, it is believable. She seems mean enough to kill somebody. So
I mean, I did say, I was like, even if you don't, I said in my tweet, even if you don't like Alexa, at the same time, you have to feel like bad that she can't
yeah, give her
participate.
respect. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, and it's like, I ain't even gonna say it because motherfuckers been saying it with Roman. I ain't gonna be like them, but yeah, it sucks for
It
Alexa.
does.
So hopefully, and I feel like Alicia, now that she's finna be in the ring with two legends, it's like I'm sure she knows she got to step up and show out. You know what I'm saying?
I think she will.
Yeah. If I was her, especially if I've been getting paid dust on freaking on the main roster and been given shit to work with, and I finally like treat this like this your main event. Goddamn, show that you just as important.
I just want to be very clear. First of all, it's going to be four legends in the ring. Alicia Fox is a 10-year veteran. We are not going to play that down. First African American women Divas champ. I'm going to support my girl.
There you go. So I just want fun from this. I really don't care who wins, but Trish and Lita gonna walk out with the win. It's
They
gonna be
have to at this point.
a feel good moment, for the
Mhm.
show. Um, then we got the six women's tag team match, the Riot Squad versus Bailey, Sasha, and Natty.
Lord.
Sasha was actually out for a while, and she had post concussion syndrome or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she felt it shows that they do have a spot for her. It might not be the spot all of us fans want for her, but WWE does have a spot for her. And they do want her as a part of the show.
Yeah.
And like I know people are tired of the Riot Squad and these two fighting for nothing. But all these women are talented, and I hope they just wear cute outfits. And I want everybody because Liv in the match. Liv. Come on now, she gonna be cute as
And she's
hell.
been serving us with that pink hair. I'm not even going front.
Right.
I'm not even gonna hold you on that. She's been serving us with that pink hair.
And because Liv gonna be cute, see her, she gonna get her girls right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I honestly been tolerating like the Riot Squad.
Tolerate?
You don't like them at all, huh?
No, it's not.
You look exhausted just talking about it.
Yo, Militia, me and Tanya been talking. When I tell you, like, a bitch been emotional for a whole fucking week, I'm drained as fuck. Like, I told her, I said, I'm gonna try to be enthusiastic with however many Raws I can. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard these next couple of Raws. Demon itself probably gonna keep me interested.
Me too.
At the same time,
Can we sidebar to talk about that? Or is that like at any point gonna be discussed?
Yeah.
We gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
It wouldn't make no sense not to. But it's like they probably gonna be the only reason I watch because everybody else on the show I can get two fucks about. Well, I love Sasha and Nikki and Ronda or whatever.
Yeah, outside of the women, I can get two fucks about the men.
Basically,
none of them men.
I don't give a damn.
None of them.
I don't give a fuck about no stories. Like I don't care.
None of them.
Yeah. To be honest, it's not even that I don't give a fuck. It's like when I'm like, what match are you talking about? I mean, Evolution. Off the top of my head, I know that Becky and Charlotte are gonna fight, and there's a huge battle royal. That's like what is on the top of my mind, and like that's what I know is happening.
Well,
the rest of it feels so inconsequential.
I'm interested in the
battle royal is basically another Royal Rumble.
I mean, I'm basically interested in like the Nikki and Ronda.
I am interested.
Charlotte.
I don't remember it as much, but I am interested.
Charlotte, Becky. I'm gonna give the battle royal my attention.
Oh yes, because Naomi could do another spot.
Asuka could have been in a feud with who she could have been
with Becky. She would be if she won the battle royal, she'd get a title shot for Becky's title. Cause that's the only good thing about it. Whoever wins gets a title shot.
Naomi,
I'm talking about like for Evolution. If they didn't do a battle royal. Like who could Asuka be in the ring with? What's that girl that come out in the white
Mandy Rose? Sonya Deville.
Wait, say that. What's another name?
Sonya Deville. I can't remember which one.
Sonya Deville.
Yeah, I could see a feud with that because both of them do like MMA style.
Tough girl.
Here's the thing. When I see Sonya Deville punch, I just wonder how is it that Ronda was the successful one in MMA. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna move on. I just want to ask that question.
Well, Ronda relied.
Ronda be like,
Ronda's not a boxer.
Every punch is like that.
Every punch is like a boxer.
She ain't no boxer. she found out against Holly Holm.
She's kind of like a submission.
No, she's excellent in submissions. Yes, but Lord, the punches.
Like she'd rather get you on the ground than stand up and box with you.
That's why she got fucked up by Holly and Amanda because she couldn't stand up and box.
So,
but nonetheless,
MMA is all about strengths, and you're trying not to have your weaknesses exposed too much.
And I'm talking too much shit for a girl who will cry if I get hit. So, be like, bro. Where my
Jesus. But I felt like Sonya Deville could have had a match for Evolution.
Yeah. They could have had a lot more. They could have did a lot more, and we know this.
But that's where my frustration comes in. They waited till the week of to like realize that pay-per-view.
And then they put them out there, and then the most questions they're asking is about what we're going to talk about later and Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
They can't even talk about their own show.
Yeah.
On their press. They got to talk about the men shit. Ronda Rousey shouldn't even be answering questions about this shit. She should be answering questions about Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know why the questions about Crown Jewel is it ain't because
Yeah,
of
but I'm
wrestling.
saying they shouldn't even schedule this event so close
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the women's. It's like, everything
They
about it.
100% just did it to say that they're doing a women's only pay per view. Like Triple H, and the thing about it is because I'm trying so hard. I hope I'm not too drunk to do this. Triple H didn't had was just like, listen, the women don't have to be the main event because the women are main event. Like, their quality of their story, their matches determine that makes them the main event. So I feel like that's the disconnect that we're having because in NXT, the women were the main event because their story demanded it. That was the
Yeah,
most interesting story. And on the main roster, they're getting it because they should.
right.
And so you feel it. So with Evolution, I feel like they really rested on their laurels for the past 2 months or whatever, however long they announced it, that they're doing an all women's pay per view, and literally it's the week of. It's like I swear to you, because I'm looking at all the press, I'm looking at all the gifts and Evolution, this and Refinery 29 is a blog I've been following for years. They're doing pieces on the girls, and I'm just like, wait, like your PR team begged everyone to pay attention this week. Like y'all didn't care, like you had ample opportunity to make this a moment and you chose to like rush it the week of, and it feels that way because the show doesn't feel packed. It doesn't feel like a star-studded show, and the promotion feels rushed.
Yeah.
It's all terrible. It's like the only thing that draws you there is the talent,
Yeah.
the women. And to be honest, to be quite frank, I wouldn't, if it weren't for certain people working there, I wouldn't support WWE.
Say it again for
If
those in
it
the
wasn't
back.
for the talent, especially the talent in my avatar, employed by this company, I wouldn't support. I
That looks like a
wouldn't.
comic photo. It doesn't even look like a real photo. It just looks like a comic.
And it's crazy. So, who do we have winning the battle? Who do you think? Somebody on the
Ooh, I don't
SmackDown
know.
side, a legend, Raw side.
I
You think
don't
the
think any
Flyers?
legend's gonna win it.
You think you don't?
No.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't think Naomi
undecided.
will win it because she won the WrestleMania Battle Royal.
Yeah,
Unless
she
Yeah.
ain't winning.
I mean, I feel like she's gonna have a major part in this Battle Royal, but I don't think she's gonna win.
Yeah, she's not
Um,
winning.
I don't think Asuka's gonna win.
I was gonna pick Oscar. Now I don't know.
Um,
It's gonna be somebody unexpected.
Like out of
who?
nowhere.
Yep.
But
Um,
like maybe it's somebody who already had a match and they come out and participate in battle
You
royal.
don't think it's gonna be like the Royal Rumble where you already had a match, but then you still get to participate in the Royal Rumble?
Maybe.
It might be like that.
I'm not sure.
I
They
wouldn't be
haven't really
surprised.
fully explained everything or how many people it's supposed to be. They just announced some women. These women are gonna be historic ever. Women's battle fucking raw. Woohoo! You get a title shot. Okay, great.
Yeah,
But
I think it's gonna be somebody unexpected because I really don't know.
I don't
yeah.
know. I just know who's not gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
me
know
either.
who. And half of that, no, honestly, all the shade. Half of that is because I don't remember who's in the Battle Royal because they throw every fucking woman in there.
I know Carmella's in it. Naomi's in it. Oscar's
Mella's
in it.
money.
Who else is in it? Sonya Deville's in it, right?
Yeah, her
Who
and
else is in
Mandy.
it? Okay. Who else? Um,
Zelina's in there.
the Iconics is in there,
Zelina
right?
is even shorter than Alexa Bliss. I can't deal.
Yeah,
These girls are about the size of a Funko Pop. It needs to stop.
Yeah, the Iconics are in there. Zelina's in there. Uh,
Dana Brooke.
Dana. Nia Jackson. Is Nia Jackson there?
Yeah, Naya's in there. Ember Moon.
Disrespectful. You said Nia Jax.
My bad. I said her name the entire time. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's how I thought you said it.
You ain't gonna hold us. He's
Okay,
like,
my
I ain't gonna
bad.
hold you. I don't know who she is.
My bad, Naya.
Oh.
I love you though.
Because she's another one prison bitch. I'll roll over. I ain't fighting Naya.
I love Naya. I don't know why people be hating on Naya. Shit.
I love her. She's a sweet. As a big girl myself, I relate to her so much, and I was thinking about because of course I've always wanted to dress up like a WWE diva or I mean a female superstar for Halloween, but I obviously felt so self conscious about my body, and I was like I don't want to do that. And seeing Nia, I was like, oh, I could make a costume like her outfit. It made me feel good. And I because the only other woman I felt that was Karma.
Oh, girl, I love me some. Ooh, I love her to death.
Kia Stevens said, "I'm an actress."
Listen, I watched TNA. I watched TNA because she was on there, and when her run ended, it was starting to suck anyway. So I stopped watching. Awesome Kong was my bitch. Understand? I didn't care about nobody else but her.
Well, we don't know who's winning this battle royal.
Yeah, it could be some surprises, and I just hope it's a good show. and you know what? The women have been dealt a shitty hand.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get dealt shitty hands in wrestling, and if they go out there and take my mind off of all this shit that's been going on, I'm gonna give them the thumbs up, no matter how the show is booked.
I will say that my apprehension with the booking, which I hate being that fan, right? But my apprehension with the booking actually doesn't translate to me not wanting to see the pay-per-view because that women's Royal Rumble over delivered.
Right.
So I'm confident the pay-per-view is going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I'm just upset because I feel like it didn't get what it could have gotten.
I agree. I think we all agree on that. But that's par for the course. And that's a great segue into the next subject we're going to talk about.
Her Subway.
Yeah.
It's the best.
As we alluded to on Monday, Roman Reigns announced.
Tyler!
Roman Reigns announced that he's been living with leukemia for the past 11 years. And it's a big reason why.
No, it's been 9.3 years according to some journalists.
Listen.
Oh, that's my fucking move.
Listen.
Fucking week.
Fuck all of them. Fuck them. He's been living with leukemia for the past 11 years. And it's a big reason why he was passed up in the NFL. Now, people talking about he played in the CFL, and he did, and he talked about that. But if you're his fan and you actually listen to that interview, no little boy grows up wanting to play for the fucking Canadian Football League.
When you went Canadian.
The NFL didn't want him anymore. And they probably would have made him jump through hoops. And the NFL is a fucking rag. Like, you talk shit about the WWE. At least New Day got to speak up about how they felt.
Okay.
But anyway,
hard. My head
back to Roman. He announced that recently the leukemia has returned, and he had to relinquish the Universal Championship, and he's going to be gone for an undetermined and undisclosed amount of time. Now, we are part of the Roman Empire, and of course, this sent shockwaves all around the wrestling world. And I've shared with people that like the WWE's booking and their presentation of Roman is not why I became his fan. If I relied on WWE, I probably would have been spitting out these same narratives because they've done him no justice. What I did was I watched his shoot interviews. His interviews is him.
Yeah.
And I started to like the person who was behind the Roman Reigns and started to kind of see what he was going for and what he wanted out of his character. So I gravitated towards that. He always talked about his family and his Southern heritage and his religion. And the fact that this man who looked like he did constantly brought up his wife in every interview, I could
Okay.
not believe.
And sidebar, his black wife. Okay.
I am a single mother. And Roman Reigns is one of the reasons why I finally cut the toxic men out of my life, because I saw that man be a father to his kids. And I saw what a father is supposed to be. And that man, y'all don't understand how much that man has helped me put some things behind me and move on and move forward in my life. So it's entertainment and it's fun to some people. But for some people, we need this escapism. Because you look around and the world is so shitty. And then you run across somebody like this man right here and you cannot even believe they exist. And I'm like, not trying to deify him, because no, he's not perfect, but goddamn.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk in his shoes. I know I couldn't. I have so much respect for him. You just don't understand. I had it before he announced this.
Yeah.
And I really, and for, and I always thought, like, why have why this person? Sometimes I ask myself, like, yeah, he cool and all this, but like, why it had to be something more? And we finding out the worst way possible, though. Like, this man was a cancer survivor, and he was so fucking grateful for the opportunity that y'all say was given to him. And he worked his ass off. And he endured so much fucking hate. And he never once opened his mouth up about this. You know how many wrestlers would have been let this slip, would have been told that people were like, he didn't tell anybody, he didn't even tell Dean himself. Yeah, he loved them, but loose lips sink ships. And that man run a tight ship, as you can see. This man showed you what loyalty and poise and courageousness was Monday.
Yeah.
And if you can't see that as a human being, you are fucked. All the people that said this is a work, all these people that can't wait, all the people that said, like, just can't wait to be cynical about this. Just realize he touched people's lives in a major fucking way. And it is not fair to us because we are fucking grieving. Have some goddamn compassion.
Yeah.
It took 3 days. 3 fucking days.
The whole time it was happening, I struggled because I kept saying the phrase, "This is a real thing," and I won't hold you. I had to Google what leukemia was. I knew, and it was hard because you tell me he has leukemia, and that's one thing, but when I hear that he has cancer, it's like a different thing, right? Like I couldn't connect the two because it was very hard, and we as wrestling fans have been conditioned to accept superhero behavior as normal. Some one of these football players got injured recently, and he had like he was out for the season, and I was kind of like, the whole season, like you can't just get it back together before the season's over, because we watch freaking people like Seth Rollins get their knee busted all the way through and like get it together in 6 months and come back, and then bust it again and get it together in 3 weeks and come back. We watch Naomi, bust her knee and fly back out here and do a hurricanrana, like her first, 10 seconds back on TV. We expect superhero behavior, and it's normal. It was to the point that I made a comment where I was like, it's not a big deal. It's like an MCL's here. And I truly didn't understand that these things were debilitating injuries to have. as an athlete, you know, because wrestlers would just come back. So I struggled so hard with realizing that this is a real thing with Roman, because we see such superhero things from them for so often and so common that it just doesn't even feel it doesn't feel special anymore. And I can barely post on Instagram, you know, without feeling terrified that people are going to make fun of me, because I, you know, moved to Texas, got really depressed and gained a lot of weight, and I struggled so hard. So when I saw the hate that he got, I felt even worse about myself, because I was like, oh my God, like I don't even look like this man, you know, like there's no way. And to know that he handled things so well and so calmly. He just took it on the chin and kept moving, you know. And of course, I know that, you know, even from what X Pac said, I know that these things have probably affected him a lot more than he let on. But seeing the poise that he's just had, you know, when there was a woman who posted and on Twitter, and she was like, you know, Roman helped me leave my toxic boyfriend and lose 70 pounds and all this other stuff. And I remember kind of at the moment feeling like it was absurd, because I was like, oh my God, that's like a lot to do. You know, like, how did he do that? How did he impact you that way? Like, it's just, it was so much. It was so heavy and so gravitating, that I just couldn't understand it. And, you know, hearing Tanya talk, I just realized, like, yeah, you know, I felt the same way. I downplayed it because my first thought, like, I was going to the gym on Tuesday and I was really frustrated because, again, I gained so much weight and I feel shitty about myself all the time about it. And I remember literally going to the gym on Tuesday and going, Roman's going to go through chemo and he's going to do some real shit right now. And he's going to just take on the chin and go, I need to just go to the gym. Like, it's not the end of the world. There are worse things in the world. And just like that, he inspired me. And I can't wait for him to come back. And it's not because I want him to come back and wrestle. I don't give a shit about wrestling, right? In this matter. When it comes to this, I don't give a shit.
Right.
I want him to come back because that will mean that he won and that he's okay. And I I struggle so hard with just the people around him who love him, because I lost about 4 people in the last 8 months to cancer. So, um, I understand how difficult it is. I understand how things can take a turn. It can look great today and look terrible tomorrow, and this shit is scary. And I don't know. I hope for the best no matter what. And even if he doesn't come back to wrestling, but he's okay, I'm happy. I just want to know that he's okay. And he's been so amazing and instrumental. And no matter what, he's going to inspire so many, even past this moment, because just realizing what he has a Hall of Fame career now. He did that now. He can go to the Hall of Fame this year. He's amazing. And it was a very hard pill to swallow. I think I'm still digesting. I'm still processing. I cried a little bit, but I don't cry. And I cried earlier today, but I'm not crying now. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm being cavalier about this. It affects me so deeply. I just want to know. I just can't wait to hear his music again and know that he's coming back.
Yeah, I just want him to be okay. And there's some things I was thinking about, when his push first started. I was like, he's kind of green. What's the rush? And I used to ask that. Why are they rushing this? I used to ask, why is Vince pushing this so hard right now? Can't you just give it some time? And like, I feel so stupid for even thinking that. Like, you don't always know. You can't take that for granted. So, Tyler, Do you want to add anything, or are you good? You just good listening to us right now?
Uh, I can relate because I lost my grandmother to cancer. So, and she was like one of those people to me who you expect to be around for a long time. And so, not saying, you know, he's not gonna make it through this. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't know. I just hate when bad things happen to good people. And it's like Roma's a good person. And it's like just like, and even though my grandmother was going through this, she still had a smile on her face. Always positive, just like how he was. And I don't know. I don't know. It's just very upsetting, you know, that someone's going through this while taking all this unnecessary vitriol from people. And it's like, and I was glad when X Pac said what he said, because it's like, that's what I wanted to say. But it was like, I was just trying to be positive for him. It's like, that's not the right time and the right place to say my exact feelings. And it's like, when you was talking about athletes, like, I can relate to that too, because it's like, I used to play basketball. So I had to, forcefully retire from basketball because I have a total of 4 ACL injuries, 2 on both knees.
Oh wow.
So it's like, I know how that feels like when something you love is being taken away from you, all because of something you can't control. And so it's just in a short period of time. It's like how long he's been in W for 7 years, and he has accomplished all of this despite the unnecessary hatred from people. It's like, and it's crazy when I hear people say how he's not relatable. That's such bullshit. And it's like,
I wonder if they're gonna say that bullshit after that speech.
it's
I wonder if they're
bullshit.
gonna say that to
Probably
Ashley Money.
not. No, apparently, because it's already, first of all, the first mistake was that he was only sick for 9.9 years.
And
Okay.
then what pissed me off,
Oh no, his
what pissed me
character isn't
off,
relatable.
and what pissed me off from these podcasts, why did he say this over his 7-year career? Like, you motherfuckers went twist that shit around on him and try to make it and try to move the motherfucking goalposts and be pissed at the fact that he did mention it just to get over with the fucking crowd. That's why he didn't
That's
mention
sick.
it. That's why he didn't say it. Like, it just pissed me off. And then fucking PW streams, like, I'm just gonna get my fucking move over with. Them motherfuckers, Dave Messer and them talking about they got details on. Them motherfuckers don't know shit.
At all.
They don't know a damn thing about him or about what the fuck he's going through. All they is
They
us
thought he was
assumption
injured
that
this
two
week.
people who
Dave Meltzer said he was just skipping the show. He was just fucking off. You know, that's what they first sources said. So fuck their sources.
and
He need to
wrestling
worry
fans
about this
and
rape
wrestling
crew
fans,
Jericho finna put on.
even the ones who don't like him, who is supposedly on the bandwagon now, because X Pac called the motherfuckers out too. Like, don't let's not act like y'all wasn't shitting on this dude a day ago. And everybody,
When he
and
came
The
out
everybody,
to
same
and the
speak,
day.
fact,
they were
and the
cheating
fact,
him.
The
They were
same
shitting on
day.
him.
and the fact it took.
Before Raw came on, they was
When
shitting on him.
Raw came on, my nigga, when he walked on the stage, they were booing him.
And the fact that it took
7:05, they was shitting on him.
in the fact that it took him mentioning that he's been battling with leukemia for y'all to finally realize, like,
What we've been seeing.
oh shit, we took this dude for granted. And then all these wrestlers coming out saying all the good shit he did for them and shit. It's like, and all the shit we had to endure supporting him.
Yeah.
We've
When
been
we
going
just
through.
this past weekend, wasn't it the whole thing they brought up again? We just want to have sex with him. That's it. That's the
Yeah.
only reason they brought that good one back. When are they
Like,
gonna
it's
keep saying that?
crazy, man. It's crazy, man. We had to endure so much vitriol just for being fans, just for liking him. People getting spit on at events, or people getting made fun of at events, getting their private
Children
shit
getting
tore
yelled
up.
at.
Just for
Children.
Right, children getting yelled at for having on Roman Reigns merch and
it took
cheering
him.
this man.
It took him mentioning that he been bad looking for y'all to finally fucking respect him. Like, that's bullshit,
You
man.
know what they gonna say now? They saying this. Oh, it was just a character. It was
Bullshit. That wasn't just the fucking
because
character. Most of
now
the
they
vitriol look like
feel
it's
shitty.
personal as fuck. You got Wade Keller going after him all
Right,
because he decides to wear a vest, or all because he has his fucking
right,
hair in a fucking man bun. It's more
right,
than just the fucking character.
right.
Bullshit.
Thank no,
Ain't no
they
damn
feel shitty.
character.
They all those guys, all the ones who have been out here making a career, making money off of being anti Roman Reigns, they are sitting in their little basements and they're sitting in their little hives or whatever, and they're plotting, they're trying to figure out a way to spin this now so they don't feel shitty and they're not the bad guy for terrorizing a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
It's just about
Yeah.
his character. It's just about his character. When you wishing death on him, wishing that he did have cancer, wishing his wife got raped, or wishing his daughter got killed by a car, some shit. Oh, it's more than just it's not, it's just the character, right?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Now that it's finally happened, now y'all feel like the pieces of shit y'all are.
Listen, one of my another person when they said this, they were like they admired the fact that Roman Reigns stood all this hate for all these years when he could have turned the crowd in 5 seconds,
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And it was like, and I was
and
like,
he
that's
didn't
exactly
do
why
that.
he do it. Because he didn't want y'all to, he wanted to get over on his talent. He wanted to be entertained. He didn't want y'all to cheer him because of what he's dealing with. And I don't blame him for that. And the fact that y'all motherfuckers still don't know what the fuck over means, over doesn't mean fucking crowd reaction anymore. It's about the fucking numbers. And he brought them motherfucking numbers in.
Listen, even if I'm gonna keep a whole stack with y'all, a whole buck with you guys, Roman was so much more to so many other people. It when I saw when you see the level of hate and the vitriol that he got, and so many people just like they try to justify it with so many stupid things. I won't lie to you that I wasn't pissed off this week looking on Twitter and seeing all the I don't like the way he was booked, but I hope he gets better. Like you can't fucking ignore that. You literally can't ignore that for 1 minute,
No, they
for
can't.
one tweet.
Because they don't want to live. They don't want to lose cool points, or lose getting a bunch of likes from people who are negative just like they are.
I can't I can't have a headache for 3 days without letting everybody know how shitty my life has been for the past 3 days because I have a headache. There's no way like it, and I say it to say the quality of person, the type of person that he had to be to hold that. Because you see me after the first WrestleMania, I'd have been told like, I had leukemia, right? Like me now. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Royal Rumble.
I survived cancer.
Royal Rumble. Hey, by the way, like, I have no. I literally, I mean, as someone who struggles with depression, right? I I have good days and I have bad days. And I have good weeks and I have bad weeks. And after someone who's been coming, at this point, it's been week 2 of like just shitty. I'm talking from like major life events happening to me that I just happening in my life that I just couldn't, like it was what it was and I had to deal with it. To like petty things like I'm eating a freaking delicious meal at lunch and I drop half of it on my shirt on my light gray sweater so everyone can see that I can't eat like an adult anymore. And just like from like existential crisis to like the petty mundane issues, I couldn't get it together. And the whole week, strange enough, the whole week I kept thinking, wow, Roman is going through worse right now, and I bet you he's handling it but way better than I am. And I need to be strong. I need to push through it. I need to I can and I will. And like it clicked for like I tweeted this a while back where I said so much of Roman clicks into place for me and it makes sense now. Like I didn't get his loyalty to WWE. I didn't get his commitment to WWE. I didn't get his, I can, I will. Like none of these things made sense to me. It was okay and I liked it because it was him, but I didn't get it. And I related to him because I liked him. There was a core of him as a person that I agreed with and that I resonated with me, but I didn't get him. You know what I'm saying? And when I found this announcement, everything clicked into place. I was like, oh my God, he just sees that there's more to life than these stupid petty things that we take so seriously. You know what I mean? And he put so much into who he was. Like, I mean, I've been on Twitter this whole time and just seeing, Tyler, you've been retweeting so much of these like moments of just things that we took for granted that we didn't get the significance of. And now it just clicks into place. And you're like, oh my God, he was feeling these things and he was aware this whole time. He just kept together and held it strong in a way that I know that I couldn't have if I was in this position. And it just, the testament of man, because Aleister Black's story is amazing to me. It's great. But that kid from Seth Rollins' wrestling school really hit home because that's something that nobody would know.
Yeah, nobody would have known that.
He gains nothing from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He literally gains nothing from that. And that's what makes him so amazing to me because, like, he knows what it is to be broke. Like, Roman makes jokes about it, but he knows what it's like to be, like, dead broke. He just gets it. And I can do nothing but pray for his recovery, pray for his strength to deal with this, pray for his family, and just overall believe that. And I don't mean it to be a pun, and I'm not trying to be funny. I just need to believe that.
We all need to. We all need to, girl. Listen, I've been tweeting everything positive. I believe the people who come at Roman, I'm going to ignore them. But if y'all want to cut their heads off, and that's for anybody listening, be my guest because I'm going to support you completely because I believe you got to get your negative energy out. I'm blocking. I want you to go off on them so I can block them.
That's what I've been doing. I'm like, while y'all going at them, I'm blocking. The only time I'll say
something listen.
is if they come at me. But if not, and y'all arguing, I'm blocking them, man.
Listen, Simple Section was all I needed. I'm done with her. Once Simple Section acted up, I was tired.
That's another fucking move.
Lord, it's fucking move for life.
Like she.
But I want to give this to something positive, kind of, sort of. We're going to talk about the Shield Betrayal Part 2.
Oh, no. Is that positive?
Yes, baby. We got to talk about it.
I'm kind of glad we did this on a Friday because ain't no telling how long this podcast going to be.
I know, right? We finna sit here and talk about Roman for a while, so strap in, people.
God damn.
So...
Shit.
Dean
it's
himself,
only an hour and 13 minutes, which is a record for us. We typically be at 2 hours.
How long got video?
An hour and a half be Roman.
So Dean and Seth, they won the tag team titles from Dolph and Drew. And everything was happy and everybody was feeling good. Yay, they won them for Roman.
Yep.
And they hugged in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
And Dean Ambrose fucking snapped on Seth Rollins. And
Seth called him a lunatic.
I don't think that's the only reason why he snapped on his ass, though.
If they do not give us a complex story, I am done. You hear me? If they don't,
be upset if they don't.
I'm gonna be pissed off. See, the thing is, it was still raw. They were just finding out about it. So Dean, I think Dean channeled his sadness about Joe into this storyline because it was something awesome to see.
Hey guys,
Everybody called in the beginning after he did the dirty deeds and he kneeled down to the mat. He screamed out, "Why him?" That didn't have nothing to do with
yeah.
anything WWE related. We get that,
And then when he
but
walked off, and when he was finna go behind the curtain, in the
yeah, you saw
stands,
that.
he did the little cross thing.
Yes, he did the same cross thing that Roman did. One of my friends noticed that too, and she told me, and I was like, yeah, it's and I hope that they do it justice, and I will watch for those two guys because it's like a part. It's just I don't know, to see them successful, and especially like the Usos and anybody related to Roman,
Yeah,
like to see them successful, it's kind of like I'm gonna be thinking, well, at least he's watching them and he's rooting for them. So in a way, I'll be happy for them more because
yeah.
you can't see Roman. If I'm gonna watch wrestling, because I'm gonna tell you, I barely remember anything after that announcement. I watched the whole show,
I
but I
can't tell
can't
you.
tell you
Yeah,
shit
I
that
don't
happened.
remember. I don't remember.
I barely remember what happened on SmackDown the next night.
Same.
Yeah. I went to the gym. I
The only
couldn't
thing,
go.
the only thing I remember from SmackDown is the Usos match in Africa, and that shit. Uso like
Yeah,
Jay
I
or who,
remember
one
Jimmy
of them
and,
doing the
and Jay doing it. It was Jimmy.
yeah, Jimmy did the cock fist while he was finna get ready to do the frost match. That shit got 10,000 likes,
I know it
But
did.
listen, first of all, can we just sidebar real quick?
and they
The
backstage interview got
Usos,
6,000 likes.
listen, the Usos will fly in the air, but they don't fly in the air. They spend some time and chill out, drink a cup of tea while they're in the air.
Yeah,
Because regular people can't add a move to a frog splash. They just gotta do the frog splash. That's all they got time for. The Usos had enough time in the air to say, let me do a pose, give you a moment, give you an emotion, and then finish this frog. Like talent.
Right.
Talent.
I love it.
I am. I'm the little black boy at the end who said, "Why, Dean? Why?
yeah, I saw
Why?"
that. I saw that too. You can hear,
I said,
and
"This
I hope
boy
we
is
get like,
me."
I really hope we get like a good, like I want like a fucking soap opera type. I want this to be like, I want this feud to like fucking mean something, man. Like for real.
Yeah, I wanted
Dean
to.
whooped his ass.
He
Cause
did.
like, cause like the fans, like, cause after Roman's announcement, and then Dean did like the fans is like, what the fuck? Cause
Like,
like
what the fuck is wrong with you?
you still trying to process what's happening to Roman. You got people crying, men crying,
Them
children, women
kids was.
crying.
Oh no! Did you see them children?
Yes,
One of them children couldn't take it. They was ready. They was ready to go. They was like, "I'm done with Raw. I'm done.
like
Why am I
crying
here?"
after you had people crying after Roman's announcement, and then when Dean did what he did, you had people crying some damn bowl. It's like we like, it's like Roman fans and Shield fans just getting kicked in the ass right now.
Right.
This reminds me of a botch spot. There was a
Like people was
cartoonist.
legit mad. Like they was legit mad.
Oh
Like
yeah,
this was not the right time for this.
They were
listen.
pissed off.
There's
They
a
were pissed.
cartoonist who his site was called Botch Spot. I'm not sure if it's still up or whatever, but it was called like Botch Spot, and he did a cartoon years ago when the Shield broke up, where like you saw like it was like three different panels, and like one panel was like a girl dying, part of her hair blonde like Seth. Another panel was like a guy getting a tattoo of like the Shield logo. Another panel was like another fan doing something really dedicated. And they were all like the final panel was like Seth putting the chair through Roman's back. I mean, and through their backs. And it was like they were like Shield fans woke up like what? And it's like 100% how this felt, where I was just like, because I was nervous about the Shield getting back together from the jump, and I just was starting to get comfortable, but like, yes, I like the fact that the Shield's back together. It's fine. Because that's the storylines I would want, but I like it. And just within one night, there was like a real hardcore emotional thing, and then like a WWE emotional thing happening right
Yeah,
after that
yeah.
I could not handle.
It's like I get why they did it, but it was tough to, because when he did, I was like, I turned the TV off. I was like, fuck this shit. I was mad,
My dad,
but then,
I was in shock most of the night, so I was still in shock. I was like, damn, they
but
really
then
my
did
after
dad
it.
that,
stopped watching after Roman's announcement. My dad stopped watching.
I couldn't. I was like, I don't understand how you could go. I was like, I don't understand how people can watch this show now. Corey Graves fucking crying while he trying to speak. Renee, it's like I was like
He
when he
Finn
was crying.
Balor.
When he was crying, I was like, something tells me nobody knew about this.
No,
Yeah.
didn't nobody know.
No one. And Daniel Bryan tweeted, he was like, I never seen like
The
the
air sucked out of a
atmosphere.
room.
He was
Yeah.
like, the air got sucked out of the damn locker room. He's like, I ain't never seen that before.
What I didn't expect was Dean beating the whole tar. Dean beat the tar out of him.
He did. That was worse than what Seth did.
Cause Seth hit him with a chair, but Dean beat the physical
He
tar
beat
out of
the
him.
brakes off of him.
There was snot. Somebody said Dean beat the snot out of him and took like a still. And I was like, oh shit.
And Seth Rollins was like, I ain't even mad, bro. He
Yeah,
was like,
Seth took it.
shit.
Seth took it. That's what got me even more. Seth could have fought back, but he didn't. I was like, damn, he just gonna let homeboy do him dirty.
And he was
It's some
laying
deep
there,
stuff, and they
and he
need to
was
keep it
laying there
there.
like, he was laying there like he was crying, like he was like, I can't, I'm going through so much shit.
Yeah,
Roman gone. My fucking other brother just beat the shit out of me. Like he was like, damn, I'm going through it.
Yeah.
I think it resonated too with them that they had to do it then, because they probably didn't want to do it then, and they
Yeah.
just heard about Roman. So they probably, okay, we just gonna go out here and beat each other. You gonna beat my ass, and we just gonna cry about.
Crying later.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the two reports that I did see was that one, Dean and Seth knew that he was relinquishing the title, but they didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I saw that Seth and Nia Jax both had like broke down at backstage.
You could tell Seth broke down.
He was couldn't even get
Because
together on the
came
stage.
out
he could barely hold it together to come out there.
Yeah.
But he bounced back like when it was time to do the promo. Cause he seemed a little bit better. And then Dean looked like he was about to cry. Cause at first Dean looked like when he came out, he was like, I'm gonna be tough, be tough. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
cry. I'm gonna keep it. But when they were doing the promo, Dean was like, he was, cause he probably knew he had to go and turn heel also.
Probably just found out or something.
Yeah, he probably found out right after the announcement that he had to turn. Imagine he found out he finna give up the title. Dude got cancer. I gotta turn heel.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman came out. He looked like he came out like he just got through crying when he was getting ready to do his damn promo.
He was.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody. Kenny Omega said something nice about Roman Reigns.
Did he?
Yes, girl. He
Yeah,
didn't hate Roman.
he said rooting for you from
He's
the other
rooting
side.
for him, they all a brotherhood, no matter, anything else. So it's like the word is like he a good dude. Even if you can use him to get your little publicity in New Japan and talk shit about him. He's a good dude.
And Tamatonga said all gimmicks aside, and people know the shit that he was saying about Roman wasn't real. That
It was
wasn't
a
how he really
work.
felt. It was a
Yeah, that
work.
was a work.
He was like, he told him, respect Big Oos and stuff. He was like, all gimmicks aside, you know what I'm saying? Even Enzo, after Roman kicked his ass off the bus,
Enzo. Enzo of all people.
Enzo posted a damn Instagram photo. It's like, it was him, Bo Dallas,
Yeah, like
Roman in
Braun
the back.
Strowman, I think.
Yep,
There's a
yep.
bunch of them, yeah.
He was like us pointing at something because he about to get his ass kicked by this one guy or whatever, basically saying Roman gonna kick leukemia's ass. But it's just debunks all the things that people with these narratives have been saying, like WWE chose the right person. Y'all just, it's like X Pac cried talking about Roman after he went on his rant. He was
Tanya, you said
crying.
it was deeper than that. I want to know what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
okay. So, I listen to podcasts and I listen to shoot interviews, and that's my thing, especially when I'm bored. So,
Yeah.
X Pac has been on Stone Cold's podcast, and Triple H runs things. So, X Pac has always been somebody that Vince McMahon has listened to. During the Attitude Era, X Pac would put together matches. Chris Jericho almost lost his job. Chris Jericho had to have a match with X Pac because Vince said, if you can't have a good match, the match I want with X Pac, then I know you're no good here. Chris Jericho himself said X Pac saved his job and walked him through that match. I love this. Like, I have stand X Pac the way I stand Roman. That's how serious. Yes, girl. I love Sean Waltman. I love him so much.
I like him on Twitter because I'm like, he seems like an actual decent, woke white person.
Like a human being. He seems like a human being.
Yeah. But I didn't know about this history with him, so this is interesting.
So, Triple H, when he took over, of course, he's going to look to his friends who know about the business and whose opinions he respects. So, Sean Waltman and Scott Hall went down to FCW, and they were looking at all the guys, and they saw this Galiaki. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's the Wild Samoans boy. And they had a conversation with him, and they said after that, they went to Triple H and said, this is your guy. You need to look at him. Really? And they said a few months later, he was in the Shield. Scott Hall and X-Pac have always been supportive. X-Pac has never wavered in his support, in his thought, in his belief that Roman Reigns was the guy. And, he's been backstage. He's seen this dude. I'm sure he's mentored him and given him advice because he's been through it. They had a whole X-Pac sucks thing.
Yeah, X-Pac.
Yeah, I remember
X-Pac Heat. Come on now. They call it X-Pac. Yes. I was a fan then. And that's why people could ask me, how could I be a Roman fan? I went through X-Pac Heat. I'm good. This ain't shit. At least half of y'all like him. Nobody likes X-Pac. No fucking body. Like, it was 3 of us, maybe.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't the whole empire. Everybody jumped. But he was still good. He was just... Listen, the man had been through a lot during his childhood that I can relate to with abuse and stuff. He started wrestling when he was 13 because he ran away from home. That's not going to be a well-adjusted adult. But he finally got his shit together. And it's come full circle. And he on that podcast spitting truths about wrestling. I listen to him all the time.
I haven't been, but that clip makes me, like I need to put him on our rotation.
He really had. He's one of those guys that like could have died and could have been one of those wrestling tragedies, but he pulled it. He turned it around.
And he was basically saying like, it's cool that everybody was wishing Roman well, but he said, but I'm still not finna let y'all get away with all the shit y'all gave Roman.
Yeah.
He was like, y'all gave that man shit for nothing. Nothing. And dude went out there, bust his ass.
And this is the thing when they talk about his character, and then you ask him what about his character don't you like? You just talk about how he wins. Bitch, that ain't got nothing to do with his character.
Exactly.
That's not characteristics. That's just what he do. That's just what he do. That's not his character. What about his character that you don't like? No, you just don't like that he's being pushed over your face. Somebody you like more. That's it. But I told people like you don't understand. The guy's never been my favorite. You got your Stone Colds. You know what I'm saying? You got your Hulk Hogan's.
Yeah.
You got your John Cena's. You got all them guys. I didn't get like my dude was Mankind. He was never gonna be that guy. My dude was Chris Benoit. I know what he did, but my dude was Chris Benoit. He was never gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
The first time my favorite fucking wrestler is the guy. Fuck yes, I'm gonna celebrate that. I'm gonna cheer it. I'm gonna be annoying. Some of these Reigns fans are annoying. Fuck you, bitch. You annoying too. Everybody's annoying.
Yeah.
Wrestling is annoying. I mean,
like
because I said, and what's funny is Eddie Guerrero called it out, himself long ago. He was like, I knew He was like, I knew I wasn't gonna be the damn face because of he said because of back then he said the bigger guys draw. He says so I knew I wasn't gonna be you know
Yeah.
nobody's I wasn't gonna be what WWE thinks a person should be, but he was my favorite. Rey Mysterio was my favorite. Yeah, Rock is my all time fave. I love Stone Cold, Undertaker, but the people that were underappreciated by fans, I appreciate it. Like Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, all those guys, the Hardys, speaking Edge, Christian, all those guys. So it's like in the current era, but in the current era, I didn't have nobody until Roman came.
Yeah. I started watching right after I started back watching right after the summer of Punk. And I was pissed at my dad. I was like, why did you tell me this was going on? This was good stuff. And dad was
Right.
like, you said you weren't watching wrestling. I was like, that's nigga, I lied. You should have told me about this. But I'm so sorry. I woke up my cat. She's like not happy right now. But I watched. I came back in after Summer Punk, and I remember, there was a lot of fanfare about Dean Ambrose being signed, and I was kind of like, I don't know who this guy is, and like this is one of those things where I was like, I'm not gonna watch indie stuff. I don't care. Do what you're gonna do in the main roster because I don't have time. And when the Shield did their first promo, where they're like, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and like Dean Ambrose made all these funny faces, I was like, who is this guy? He's so expressive. And then I went into the wormhole that was his YouTube. And so I was really like, Dean Ambrose was my favorite of like like he was my favorite. And I don't know, something about Roman just connected with me. And whether I wanted to admit it at that point or not, I was like hooked to see who he was going to be and what he would become, And so watching him grow and then just becoming a stan, because I liked Roman. And I wasn't a fan. I've said it before. I wasn't really a big fan, even up to the Royal Rumble. But that very next night, when he said, I have to win. Like, I have to do this because no one thinks I'm going to do it. And I said, this is the ultimate underdog story because no one believes in him. And he has every reason to have everyone to back him, but no one believes in him. And he's the most believable person. Because at that point, I'm sorry, and I still don't see Daniel Bryan facing Brock Lesnar and believing that.
Listen, you know what would happen. I don't know why people think Brock wouldn't thoroughly embarrass Daniel Bryan and chuckle after the match.
Bloody. He will lick his blood off of his hands.
I don't know why people think Brock is about the business. He about making as much money as he can, and he ain't wrestled. He won't even like. He wouldn't even. I think the match with Braun he gonna have is gonna be a mess because he don't respect Braun like that. He don't respect him the way he gives Roman. He barely gives he gives Roman the most respect out of all the current guys.
Yeah,
and he still beats the shit out of Roman.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why.
Also goes to show how selfless Roman's been. Like
Yeah.
people say he's booked like Superman, which was far from the case. And it's like he put over like when you did like Tony, when you did your when you was the co-host of the podcast of Two Guys in One Sport, because I listened to that, and like it's been a while since you saw someone have a match and putting somebody over at the same time by selling for them like he does, not afraid to lose because, and I think they was okay with letting Roman lose the way he did, whether it was being squashed by Brock or whatever, because they knew his fans are that supportive.
Yeah.
He's not gonna
He
be
bounced
affected
back
by
every
it.
time. You're right.
He's not gonna be affected by it. And he wasn't affected by it. He was still the number one merch seller, everything. And it's like, and I tell people all the time, I said, y'all get pissed off at us, but what we keep doing.
Listen,
Shit.
when
We
my
don't
next check
care.
drop, I'm looking to get me a jacket of his, and I'm gonna try to buy at least one piece of his merch every month until
He comes back.
Yeah, me
yes,
too. Me
I've
too.
made that play. I'm gonna keep buying his WWE merch.
Yeah.
None of these little side shops. Nothing against y'all, but none of these
Nothing
little
against
side
you,
shops.
but I want to. I'm giving my support to him. That's how I'm going to support him.
And WWE Chalk Line, stop fucking playing and release a damn Chalk Line jacket of Roman, man. Y'all release that shit on Instagram and won't freaking sell like that shit ain't gonna sell out. It would, because I would have bought 3 of them hoes.
The most aggressive, like, let me spend my money I've ever seen.
Right? I want
I'll buy 3
three
of
of
them
them.
hoes.
Where they at?
Dead
Listen,
ass.
now I wanted to talk about some like the happy times with Roman, and like
Twitter's been lighting me up.
yeah.
He
So
said hungry
like
butt about Eric Rowan's wedgie. Hungry butt.
his
Hungry
Paul,
butt.
like my favorite one is his Paul Bearer impersonation. Like I died when he was like, "Oh yeah." When that sound came out his mouth, I was like, "No, stop, stop."
My favorite Roman moment wasn't even a Roman moment per se. It was when R's Truth came out and was like talking about Money in the Bank, and
Oh
he
yeah,
wasn't in the match. And I remember the first few times I watched, I kept hearing this high pitched laugh, and I'm like, "Who is that?" And when I realized it was Roman's laugh, because
that
I
is
heard it
wrong.
after the Royal Rumble when The Rock was talking and he like laughed, I was like, "Oh shit, he has the worst, best laugh I've ever heard of in my
Right?
life."
That
His laugh
laugh
I
looks
think
coming
like a
out.
transformer's body.
I think my favorite moments of Roman was when he was on Up Up Down Down.
Oh my God,
Yes.
the
That was
merchandise,
so
the
fun, man.
merchandise.
That was
Yes,
fun.
girl,
He
that was
was
so
so
fun.
good at
Because
Especially
he
Call
was
when
of
he
Duty.
the
He
best
kept
especially
like
when
one.
he
jumping levels.
especially when he was with his
He was
cousin.
he was he was the only reason they were winning.
Yes. Literally, he
That's
was
my
only him.
favorite part. Like he was murdering fools left and right, and they all confused. Like, where do I go?
Yeah,
Seth
Seth
and
Rollins.
Xavier
Seth
Lewis
was like,
keep
The
dying.
remote was
I
like,
remember
ah!
Seth Rollins was like, because they went somewhere on the game. He was like, what do you call this place? And out of nowhere, Roman Reigns was like, Elysium.
Elysium. Yeah, he showed his silly side. I was like, Lord,
He
I would
said,
love
he said
like
Elysium, and everybody just started busting out laughing. Elysium. I said, just like a damn jock. That shit was funny though.
I don't get it. What's Elysium?
it's a
No, that's
movie.
no, that's
You
the
never
place.
seen a movie?
What movie?
That's the name of a movie with Matt Damon in it.
Oh no. Okay, so sorry. I grew up Christian. I just want for the podcast people who are like Daniela doesn't know shit. I grew up Christian, and there are 2 types of kids who grow up Christian. There's the kids who go back in pop culture and learn everything, and the kids like me who just forge ahead. We just keep moving. Bitch, you're not going back. So if I missed it, I missed it, and we keeping it moving. But no, Roman. I mean matches. I think like I will always say Big Show. Him versus Big Show will always be one of my favorites.
Nobody thought that match was gonna be good, and that was the match of the fucking.
I
He
wrote
stole the
that
show.
match off, and I'm a fan of him, and I didn't care about that match.
I was tired of him facing the Big Show. He feuded with the Big Show for 12 years though. That shit was not. Listen,
It needs to stop. He's
back
still
then,
Roman.
but see, this is the thing though. I appreciate that because what people didn't understand and what I didn't understand when I was complaining is that Big Show was just teaching him and learning him. That's why I'm really appreciative of Seth because Roman and Seth had a whole bunch of Raw matches that didn't mean anything, but Seth was out there walking Roman through and like sometimes Roman fans we do give Seth more shit than we give Dean. Just be honest.
Yeah.
But Seth more than Dean helped Roman in ring. Like he became tag team partner. Like Seth was the one who was supposed to win the US championship. And Dean and Roman was supposed to be tag team partners because they was already familiar with each other in FCW. They'd already tagged together a couple of times. But Seth stood up and was like, Roman's greener. I'm the one with the most experience, and I'll walk him through and help him get him to where he should be. And then when it was time for them to go solo, they wrestled each other a lot of times when Seth was in the Money in the Bank match. Remember when Roman was out with the hernia?
Yeah.
That Raw before him and Seth had a banger ass match, but
Yeah.
it was like, and that's when I was starting to become a fan of his, when him and Seth was having all these matches, and Roman would do something different or do a spot in a different way, and it was always smooth. And I noticed the technical things about him, like he never fucking botches. Like
Yeah.
and I can brag now because he's gonna be out for a while. He never fucking botches. Like, what is a botch? Like, that's how
Yeah.
he is. And if
Yeah.
you're about to botch, he will help you and stop you and catch your ass. And like, I noticed these things from FCW on up. Why they promoted him as well is because he could wrestle their style safely and it
Yeah.
still be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was an underrated facet. That's why John Cena was chosen as well. John Cena always be injured, but he wasn't injuring nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another thing people don't look at. Like, yeah, it's cool that your favorite can do all these flip to do moves, but they always injured.
Can we? Okay, so Can we deviate for 2 seconds
Wait,
from
can I
Roman?
say my favorite matches right quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Big Show, AJ Styles. That
Mm,
feud was freaking awesome, man. Oh
yeah.
my god. That his matches with Sheamus, Cesaro, his matches with Finn, freaking who else? He had some good ones with hell, even Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Those his my in the match him and Seth put on at I think it was May. I forgot what it was. It was either
Was
May
a
or
gauntlet match? We talking
Was
about?
that was the
no,
gauntlet match?
not the Gauntlet match. Even though
Oh,
that was
okay.
good too, but it was another one where
Was
it
that the
was
one where
hype.
he said he owned Roman Reigns?
Yes, that
And
match was.
Roman went out there and beat his ass.
Everybody was because it was hyped up. They was actually hyping that shit up, even though it was on a regular Raw. It was on main event, but they was hyping it up, like, and people was excited for that match. And then after that match, you had people saying, "Wow, like what a fucking match between these two!" Like it was so free, like the power bomb off the buckle and then into the Superman punch. The crowd went fucking nuts. I was like, "Woo, that was such a good match."
Yeah.
He's just so fucking good, man. I'm miss his dive over the top rope. I'm miss that so fucking much.
That dive,
Woo.
I will always be pissed behind the fact that I turned my back to walk away when he was going to dive over the first time he did that dive in Newark, New Jersey. I was
Onto
there.
the authority.
Yeah, and I was there. And I turned my back and was leaving.
You know what, girl? I saw that, and right before it happened, he had never done a dive. But in my head, I was like, he is finna dive out of this ring, and then he did it, and I was like, I knew he could do that. Why? How did I know?
And bro, because you know what? I'm gonna keep it real 100. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. The other day, 2 weeks ago, I was in Fort Worth going to this conference, and it was an obscene storm. It was raining. It was a lot going on. I decided then that, well, not I decided. I was trying to get onto the sidewalk, and it was so much rain. There was a huge puddle. So I tried to jump over this puddle, and I landed right in the middle of it. And I said, this nigga jumps from like his feet to like over the ropes and on people. And I
Yes,
can't even jump but 3 feet over some puddles. This is difficult shit that they do. Like, what?
he leaps like a cat,
The
Lord.
talent that they have is insane. That he has is insane.
I
He
mean, for
doesn't
him to
give
be
a
like
fuck.
275, explosive as hell, and can move in the ring like he is. I mean, how can you not? It's just like it's good. I just think it's real interesting with someone that has that size that can move like that. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
he's very versatile,
Yeah.
and he can wrestle a lot. Like, he can take a wrestler, like he can wrestle a Daniel Bryan type of match,
Oh yeah,
and then
his
he can
matches with
wrestle
Daniel Bryan was freaking
and then
awesome.
he can wrestle
Yeah.
a Seth Rollins type of match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he can
He can give you a
wrestle
Braun
like
Strowman type of
a
match.
Strowman type of match, right? He
What
can
I
give you all of that.
I mean,
It's just
what I appreciate it is like how you have wrestlers who want to get their moves in a lot, he doesn't do that. Like and people say I wish he did the dive. Like I wish he did this move. Like so I be telling. I say yeah. Like I be telling them. I'm like there's a reason he doesn't do different moves a lot. I say you gotta think about impact. I say because when he does do them, you remember when he did them, how awesome it was. Like
Yeah.
when he does different
He
moves
did
in
that
his
top rope
match, the
dive
matches,
5 times.
his matches stands out because he knows when to do them. He knows when he needs to do them. Just like when he knows when he needs to do the dive, so that you can remember those moments. You don't just do moves just to do them.
Yeah.
I said, and that's like y'all make it seem like, and that's what kills me because it's like y'all make it seem like Roman don't know what he doing in that wrestling ring. He come from a wrestling family. I'm sure they taught him this.
He said he talked to his daddy. Oh, poor Sika. Oh my god.
Mm.
What happened? What Sika said?
No, he used to say he talked to his dad after every match, and now I'm just thinking about his dad.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit. That family has been through so much. He just lost his brother last year.
Yeah.
Yes, and Samu
And
has
his
liver
uncle
cancer.
is
Yeah, got cancer. So like the
Yeah, he going through it, man.
the prayer circle will not stop. It will stay strong.
Yeah,
We are some
yeah.
determined women around here.
yeah.
I did want to talk about some like what do you think your favorite spear is? And I'll tell you.
Mine is will always be against Dolph Ziggler.
Oh my god,
Now
the
see,
same
listen, it's
one.
a particular one of Dolph Ziggler's, okay? Dolph,
Mine's is when he was in the Shield and he speared him like he just
Yes.
lunged at his ass and speared him through the damn barricade. Like he
Yes.
kind of did a twist with it too when he speared him.
yeah.
Yes.
And then he
That's
got up and looked down at him and said, "Don't
don't
ever
ever
get
give
up."
up. Don't ever
Oh
give
my
up.
god. I was like, "Oh, yes, don't."
That was my
Ooh.
favorite. That's my favorite one because he just speared
My
him out of nowhere.
That one's an excellent one. I think it'll be the time that he flew at Big Show. And I say he flew at Big Show because he flew
Oh yeah, when he
to
was
Big Show.
coming down the ramp and flew at him and took him.
Yeah.
Oh
My
god.
dad is a lifelong wrestling fan. That's where I got my love of wrestling. And even those years when I wasn't watching, my dad was watching every single week. You know what I mean? Like my dad watches TNA. I feel like if he knew the internet well enough, he'd be watching New Japan. Like my dad just loves wrestling. And my dad, he's very like cavalier about a lot of stuff that they do. That Mac when he flew at Big Show, my dad was like, "Oh God, wait, but it's not." He said, "But wait, it's not that man there. You see
And
that
my
man
and
there? That
my
is
other
specialness,
favorite
that
my
is
other
specialness."
favorite my other favorite spear is when he speared Shane McMahon in midair. Actually knocked him
Oh
out.
my
I
god.
didn't like that one because I looked so.
You
It
know
looked so
what?
hurt.
He actually knocked him out.
I have such a distance. I hate. He is my least favorite McMahon, and I'm including
Oh
Linda. I hate Shane. You know you want.
no!
Listen, I told you I love X Pac, and it's son of a bitch. Ever since he beat X Pac at WrestleMania, I have no use. But I hate Shane. So
Shane looked like he'd be ready to risk it all for Naomi every time.
so understand when Roman almost decapitated him. That was one of the best moments in my life.
He knocked him out the
Ma'am.
match. Shane, Roman knocked him out the match with that damn spear. He
Yes,
actually
he did.
knocked
He
him out.
knocked his ass out.
He knocked him
Listen,
out.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Go back and watch that match. The whole team Raw, except for Seth Rollins, was working stiff as him. Jericho was the main one beating the shit. They was actually beating him up. For real, for real.
Why? I will watch it back.
Listen,
I never, my casual eye never catches these types of things.
girl, go back and watch it. Kevin Owens did a hard ass the little thing he does where he lands on his back.
Cannonball thing. Look,
Yeah,
yeah,
a
that's a
hard
bad
ass one. Jericho just straight up slapping in the face, it's sounding off. Roman got him in the corner with them clothesline before he speared him. Okay. You want to know why? Because if they got to sell for him, he gonna have to sell for him too. It's just a wrestling thing.
Jeez.
That's how them boys work. They was potato in that boy. I don't care what nobody say.
Damn.
That
I will
whole
watch it again because I actually renewed my network
I
subscription.
actually okay. This is a Roman Reigns match. It involves him that people don't really talk about. He had a tag team like turmoil match with Daniel Bryan leading
That's
up
my
to
other
their
favorite
match,
one, man. The storytelling
and
in
it was
that
an
one.
hour long, and
I
it
one of my favorites.
it showed me that Roman knew what he was doing and was beginning to learn who his character was. Listen, when they won the first match and then the Usos music played and the look on Roman's face
He was like,
when they was
"Fuck."
coming down to the ring and Daniel Bryan like
He
picking
played
on
off
him
that. Daniel
and
Bryan
him.
played off that. He played off
And,
that.
but they kept fighting and then they had to work together to win and that shit was great. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
one of like
I loved it, especially because when I saw that, I went back and watched the Money in the Bank match against the Usos, and I was like,
yeah.
wow, his character development is entirely because in that Money in the Bank match, no one acknowledged they were even related,
Nope.
you
No.
know. And this match, it was all about the fact that they were related, and it was such an amazing way the both matches are excellent matches that you can watch on their own, but both of them extremely tell that story, and it's just so good. It's just so good.
What another thing that's underrated is like how he gets the story across in another way is like through his facial expressions.
Oh yes,
He
girl.
will drag everybody to their face.
Listen, he is the meme king, and people just they sleep on it. But he have them expressions for your ass.
He
I
just
use him all the time.
I was crying that tweet where he was mocking Cesaro and just like good bar. Like I cried. I was like, yo, he's so funny.
yeah, his facial
So
expressions, like
good.
especially during the whole like while Dean was teasing the heel turn. I said, because if you think about it, while they was teasing the Dean turning heel, it's like Roman wasn't really saying much, but he was saying. But I said he ain't saying much, but he kind of is saying a lot through his facial expressions with the beef going on between Dean and Seth.
That was
Like
probably
he's saying, I was like, he ain't saying, he's not talking a lot, but he's saying how he's feeling with his facial expressions.
listen, that match with him and I mean, not that match. That backstage segment with the Shields when Dean was like, "What'd you call me?" and Roman just took a beat and was like, "What?" It was like the awkwardness of it was just so perfect. I was like, "That's just a perfect." Like they, I mean, all three of them had to play their parts. They did it such an excellent job of just being like out of sync and not the Shield that we know. And I thought like I just remember watching it. And I would watch it over and over again. I'm like, this was just so good. And just from someone who low key was critical of Roman, like I didn't hate him, but I definitely wasn't a stan until the night after not WrestleMania after the Royal Rumble when he when they had that Snowden Raw. That was when I became a stan for real. Um but for someone who was low key critical of him, I just realized like wow, Roman grew so much as a wrestler. Like he's just not the person that I was like not a
Right.
fan of.
He like the character argument ended like shortly after he beat Triple H. He's character pretty came out pretty loud and clear and been pretty consistent
Yeah.
since then. And like just say you want your fave to be on top. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But do they? Because when their faves are actually getting main event matches, they're counting for the clocks or throwing beach balls. So
Girl, it's gonna be a rough Lord. It's gonna be rough. Cause
He said rough.
people think so somebody young gonna get that spot. Triple H
You
and,
did say that. You
and
said,
the
but the gag is,
Undertaker.
you said, but the gag is, they gonna keep giving these main events to these old parts because you can't give them to Roman, so y'all can't blame Roman.
and not at
Yeah,
all.
Oh shit.
that's what I'm saying. My how the tables turn when you have to complain about somebody other than Roman. What is it gonna be? somehow they gonna blame it. They spent all that time building up Roman, so now they can't have any other stars. Oh, okay, right, sure. That's the excuse. You can only use that till like WrestleMania.
I don't know. My thing is,
Lord, he's not going.
it's like no
Oh my
matter what,
god.
it's like no matter what WWE would have done, they would have just kept moving the goalposts. And I mean, that's just like what I said about them saying why he mentioned him having cancer soon. I said y'all just would have moved the goalposts. We ain't stupid. Like
Yeah.
why even ask?
I mean, if he can legitimately have a remission of cancer, and y'all can be like, one, be like the timelines aren't accurate, and two, be like, I don't like his character, but I hope he gets better, or or three, be like, this is just the work. They're just doing it to get him over. Nice try, Vince. There's no way he could have actually said he had cancer without the remission, and y'all would have accepted it, because you're not accepting
Exactly.
it now, and he actually has cancer in a remission.
And like wrestling fans was legit pissed at that damn article. And he
Oh,
said,
I saw
just
some.
they was like, just read
My
the
favorite
article.
was Kate. Fuck is
I ain't
wrong
gotta
with
read.
y'all?
I ain't gotta read shit. I ain't reading that shitty ass article. The article shouldn't have
You
been
know
taken
what?
out in the first damn place.
They been blocked. So I
They've been
had to
blocked by
like
me
go and
too.
see what was said because I've been blocked them because they've been trending.
I wanted to see the comments and people were going in on their ass for that shit. People like they were pissed. And one of my mutuals, the real suitor, he he was like, that's been a he said it's been a long time since we did a
Like
dragging
wrestling
like
Twitter
that on
has
somebody.
dragged someone
Like he
like
said, when
yes.
wrestling fans just got together, just drag the shit out somebody. He said it's been a long time since we did that. And for Roman, shit, like people was pissed. Like they was like, why?
All we asking for, we're not asking for you to praise him or none of that. Just be
Put some
civil.
respect. That's
If you
all.
don't like him, you don't even mention him. Just have some restraint.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't do it now, when can you just let us have this and let us grieve? And I don't want to see no post talking about how long it's been. Please don't do that. Don't you dare try to put a timeline on our grief and how long we can process this and cope with
Yeah.
this. Don't you
It still
dare.
hits me in waves. I'm surprised because I was crying before we got on air. I was crying, and I'm surprised I kept it together on air. I This whole week I've been on and off. Like I'd be normal, go on Twitter and start weeping. So
I think that's all of
I've been
us.
crying all week. Like Tanya tell you, a bitch been crying, bro.
bro, your tweets, Tanya, your tweets told me you've been crying. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I just was like, I feel like high, like low key. Sometimes I feel like a dude because I'd be like, what do I do now? She's crying. Like like I'll have no like.
Like, yeah.
I'm like,
I sent Tanya the picture of me crying on Monday when I looked a hot ass mess.
Girl, Tyler, after like the shock wore off, my initial shock, and I was like, okay, I can post something about this. The first thing I did was like, oh shit, I need to see if Tyler's okay. And I just DM'd her. I was like, you okay? And she sent me the picture. She was like, no. Like, bitch, no, I am not okay. What are you talking about?
see,
Like,
I went
Straight
through
balling.
the different like for me it was like I was listening like so it happened the announcement happens and I'm kind of like oh shit this is a real thing like all I kept saying was this is a real thing and I wouldn't allow myself to cry because the whole time I'm thinking like okay that's not like it's not normal right like it's just a character it's like it's just a TV show it's just some guy you don't know that's like ridiculous to feel emotions like I was berating myself for feeling emotional and then I walked into work on Tuesday and just like, again, like life was real. I've been struggling with depression and having a low swing for the past few weeks. So I wasn't in the greatest place. And I got to work on Tuesday and I just couldn't stop sobbing. I was crying all week. And then last night, my mom was just like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, like I couldn't, and it's like, I'm not saying that he was the sole reason. He wasn't, but it didn't help. Like it hit me it was one of those things that I was surprised by how much it was hitting me because you kind of I don't know. I just didn't grow up being allowed, and I won't say I didn't grow up of being allowed to express. I didn't grow up in a way that you just dealt with your emotions necessarily all the time. You know what I mean? Like, for me, Caribbean culture is very suck it up. What you sad for? What you depressed for? What you know about
Oh,
depression?
oh, my mama the same way.
So it's like it was something that you kind of like you try to brush it off before you process, and that can tend to be detrimental. But it was one of those things. That's all I could do. I didn't know what else to do,
Yeah, I went
so
to
it was hitting me in ways.
I went to work and my coworkers like, "You watch wrestling?" And I was like, "Yeah." And the first day they came up to me, I was like, "You heard about Roman?" I was like,
Oh no!
I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah." I said, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and started fucking crying. I was like,
Well, Tyler, let me tell you the truth. When the minute you said you go to work at 3, you have to get up at 3 a.m. I said, what? Like,
yeah.
I've been
Right?
sobbing for months since you said you had to go to work at 3 a.m. So,
No, like I'm a morning person. I like
what?
working on first shift because
I
I like
rebuke
to have the
you.
rest of the day off.
Girl,
I
that's
can't do
that's
I
still in
can't
the middle of the night for me.
You can't.
I can't do
In the
night
name of
shift.
Jesus,
I can't do night
you
shift.
shall rest.
I can't do night shift. I can't. Just can't. But
Tyler,
yeah,
what?
that's the first thing that came out of his mouth was like, you heard
Yeah.
of Roman or whatever. And so the fact that it's like he's like people want to talk about crowd reaction and all this, but it's like he's more popular than y'all motherfuckers let on.
That are the organist. For me, it
The
was the
organist
outpouring
did
of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
love.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't expect that outpouring of love.
yeah. I ain't know they was
The
playing his music
organist at
at
the
hockey
hockey game,
games.
the Madison Square freaking Garden. I freaking used to have to get out at Madison Square Garden to go to work when I lived in New Jersey. Like that was
That
just my
had
way of
that
like
had
I
like that had 32,000 likes on Twitter. That Madison Square Garden Staples Center did the same thing, you know. So I mean, it was like it's just it's like it doesn't matter what haters say anymore. You know, it doesn't.
his impact was proven.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what they say. So it's like if they try to tweet anything to you about Roman, just block them. Who cares? You got
Yeah,
time to
I'm
Same.
blocking people. I already had the block a bitch 2018, so it's right on time for me. I don't
exactly.
see most of it. Most of the time when I see it, it's because somebody of my one of my mutuals are is reacting to it.
Yeah.
And if I don't have them blocked already, I just go in there and click that
Yep.
blocker.
Yep.
Yeah, same. For me, it's like because I don't necessarily like. I'm still not. I'm like a fake casual fan, but I'm a fake hardcore fan. Like I'm in the weird middle. Like I know too much backstage stuff to say that I'm casual, but I'm not. Well versed enough to say that I'm like hardcore, right? But for a lot of these fans, it's like I don't necessarily follow them, so I just see the commentary and the conversation where I'm just like, "What happened now? Oh no." Like we got Rhonda saying dumbass shit, talking. Oh, just fuck him of
Yeah,
the week
and
is Ronda Rousey for me. That's my
that's the
fucking of the week.
that's the thing about I see a lot of the people in the Roman Empire. They're like, I really don't have a desire to watch anymore, and it's like WWE was
My
trying.
dad
They
turned off the TV.
they
He
had
don't
been
like to
trying
watch.
my patience. Like this whole year, they tried my patience with Roman, and then he finally got the Universal Championship, and I was like, I'm not going to complain. Now to
Yeah.
be real with you, I wanted him to have his own run and stand on his own, but I think the Empire, we most of us did not complain like certain other people fans that kept talking about they want their own run and stuff. He was the actual head champion of the show, and the Roman Empire wasn't talking about break up the shield. Roman needs his own. Most of us were like, we just go deal with this,
Yeah.
and now we don't even get to have him
Yeah.
anymore. And now your faves get to have their runs now.
For now, we don't have him for now.
Yeah, we don't have him for now.
Oh, that bitch pissed me off with that damn tweet.
That did
Oh.
she pissed me off with that too, because you couldn't wait for that. Like we all know, but it's certain things you do not have to try to celebrate. And like I
wasn't
told,
trying to.
like
I'm
if
like, bitch, you knew what you were trying to say.
like I said, if Roman is still the face of the WWE, and he is going to be for a long time. And if you don't think so, you're an idiot. And if they wanted to choose Seth, they could have. They saw Seth before they saw Roman.
Hey, I ain't shit no self, but
It ain't no disrespect. It's
Yeah.
no disrespect, but it's certain things that's not going to happen from that company. Like people wishing and hoping and praying that they gonna welch on a $1 billion deal with some people.
yeah. I'm like, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, people trying to push him. Nobody could get them to stop putting that show on because it was going to happen.
Yeah, I was like, just don't watch. I said I was really gonna watch because of Roman, because Triple Threat. Now that he ain't on, I'm just not gonna watch. I'll just watch Evolution. No
Yeah, just
biggie.
don't watch it. Ignore it.
Yeah, no
You
biggie.
can choose not to watch WWE anymore if it bothers you to the core that much. But if you that principle, you might as well stay in your house and don't even accept the lights that's coming on, because the person that supply your electricity probably corrupted the motherfucker too.
You know who's less loyal than the Roman haters?
You do a self.
Huh? Y'all know who's less loyal than the Roman haters?
Who is that?
My cat, Genevieve. I thought she loved me and wanted attention. She just wanted food in her bowl. I am offended.
Go downstairs.
I'm offended. So the fact of the week is Genevieve.
You watch me?
She doesn't love me.
Like, come on, I'm ready for that yet.
I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. It's been 2 weeks. I'm still in the obsession phase. But no, listen. I think at the end of the day, I feel like people are gonna make the moves no matter what. I just can't wait to hear his music again, and for him to just like, oh, can we? So my question for the week, because I asked this to Black Announce Table, so I'm looking forward to hearing their answer when they do. I want to know, how would you book Roman's return? I know, number one, I don't want a remission announcement. I want him to show up.
Now, somebody,
This album be so disappointing if he don't just show up.
oh, so you don't want you don't want nobody to know he coming back.
No,
Okay.
No remission announcement.
surprise me.
Because if he does a remission announcement, then we're gonna be waiting on him and being like, okay, how long is it until he feels better? You know?
I really feel like a lot of the updates, Roman fans, I know we all want updates and stuff, but it's like, don't get your hopes up when it comes to that, because he's already private. So I wouldn't be surprised if he
very
doesn't.
private.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't say anything about this.
For those who, I mean, I'm saying this like, right, it's probably gonna be like 3 of y'all who actually saw my tweet, and 2 of them are on the call with me. But I made a joke about it, about like, I want to see everything. I want to know about his stool. Was it hard? Was it soft? What did sample say? I want to know everything. But I do recognize that that's not possible, and I can't know everything, and I understand that. It's going to be hard, I think, because as much as I want the surprise, the unknown timeline is hard to accept. So I don't know what I want, but I want it now. That's all I got.
I just feel like he'll tell us what he wants us to know, but as of right now, we just gonna have to wait it out.
I would like a selfie or two. You know,
he ain't gonna. Yeah. He is not gonna show us what he looked like going through freaking.
Not like those selfies. I mean, like something like, at the pool.
He ain't gonna be in no pool. He gonna be sitting down.
I don't know how chemo works.
He gonna be sitting down with an IV in his arm.
No.
Trying to get this thing out of him.
Are we prepared if Roman has to cut off his hair? Are we prepared to deal with like?
I've been prepared.
I've been prepared for that.
I'm prepared.
That man's face is what looks good in that equation. Okay.
Dude, and I don't know about y'all, but
I was never worried.
Pictures of Rosie, I was like, hold up, they have the same face.
Do what you gotta do to stay healthy. Like, do what you gotta do to like just do what you gotta do to get it in remission. Who cares what you look like?
Yeah.
I
just want to hear his music again. How would you book his return though? So would you book his return to like, because we all agree that we want a surprise.
I mean,
Would you book it like a match, a
like
moment?
somebody did say it would be crazy, like if he were to get this in remission, it's gonna be impossible to, for the media to not cover it.
Yeah.
So how do you keep it surprised? How do you keep his return unknown, even if he did get in remission? It's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
somebody,
there's
if
HIPAA.
somebody,
There's
um,
HIPAA, so they can't release his medical information. So it's not something that can just. That's not information that can necessarily leak without a lawsuit. So
because somebody might see him out in an area where the WWE, they would have to hide him
Yeah.
the whole time during the show. But they've done that with Jericho,
that's what I
where
said. If Jericho can do it, they can do it with him.
nobody knew he was coming to the show until he was out there walking through Gorilla.
Yeah,
So they can do it.
they did it apparently with the Bella Twins when Nikki was back from surgery.
I guess my thing is
Allegedly.
I mean, wrestling side, I really don't care if he don't wrestle. I just want him to live. So
I
it's
I
whatever.
agree. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
He already got like a Hall of Fame career
a
caliber
hundred
career
percent.
anyway.
He can be
So
inducted next year.
I mean, it's almost like with The Rock. The Rock was only in the WWE for what, 7 years.
Oh shit.
Roman Reigns achieved a lot in what, 7 years, just as much as The Rock did. Not a 13, 16 time champion, but he still achieved a lot.
That's why I say, like, for me, when he comes back, like I said, I don't necessarily, when I say I want more content from him, it's not about wrestling. I just want him to be the star that I see him as. So I want a movie. Give me a Marine. Give me a freaking blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? Give me my Scorpion King. Give me. I want my Roman in all facets of media. I really do.
I
You know,
do
give me
picture
a
I agree with you.
podcast. I would do a Roman podcast.
I do picture him coming back though, like what if his hair was not completely cut off, but like shorter. You know how Hercules had to cut his hair off to get his strength back?
Yeah.
But like it's shorter, but then he has another tribal tattoo on his arm. So it's like he got both like tribal tattoos on his arm and chest. Just look like a complete badass.
He'll look different, yeah. I can
And then has his logo on his chest with tribal tattoos around it. Ooh, I wish I could
Ooh.
draw.
Girl, you ought to
Okay.
beat his up. Hold
We're
on. Let's keep
designing
this
him,
idea.
yes.
We're gonna keep this idea. We're gonna put this in the yes box.
I wish I could draw, so y'all can understand what I'm talking about.
My thing about his return, when he returns, whoever got that belt, first of all,
Cough
I
it
hope
up.
they throw it in the trash. That belt is cursed.
Yeah, somebody said the belly curse.
The
That
belt
belt
is
is cursed.
cursed. I saw that and I said, no, that's 100% true. The belt is cursed.
That
Because,
belt, the Brooklyn crowd cursed that belt the first night it was unearthed, and it
yeah,
ain't been no good since.
Ooh, they were
They
mad
put
about that belt.
they put all their evil into that belt,
They were
yeah,
mad about that belt.
yeah.
so they need to get rid of it. You hear me, WWE? Because I know Triple H sent his spies out and shit. Burn that belt and create another one.
Let me find out WWE's listening to suplexes and shea butter.
Girl, I cannot with that. I hated that belt from the beginning. I really didn't like. I don't like the color red anyway. But it didn't have no lineage in the way they treated it. It didn't seem
It was
prestigious to
weird.
me.
The whole thing was weird.
I wish they would have just brought back Big Gold because that looks like a championship belt and it got lineage.
Yeah.
Not this much. It's just ugly. It's not cute. Roman makes it look good, but he makes a lot of stuff look good. But the belt
Roman
that belt that AJ got, that's really Roman's belt.
made
That
a
belt was
Steiner look
made for
good.
him. That belt that AJ got when Roman had it, it just looked perfect with him. That was his belt.
You know how perfect and amazing Roman is?
No.
I remember cage side seats back in the day. And niggas was arguing.
Yeah.
Roman sucks. Roman's blah, 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 blah. Tanya's going hard in these comments. And somebody said, Roman isn't even that attractive. And like everyone in the comments says, "Sir, we're trying to have a
My knee
discussion
hurts.
with honesty and
Even fucking me off
objectivity.
there.
So I need you to
Right.
stop." And I was like, damn, I want to be so fucking attractive that my haters have to be like, listen,
Chill out, ice my knee.
but what
Like,
you won't do is lie.
what you not gonna do is lie on
What
this
you
man.
won't do is lie.
I think he sucks, but what you not finna do is call him ugly.
Because he's not. I think he's so amazing. I can't wait. I just want to hear his music again because I feel like it'll be over when I hear his music again. And I hope that I'm hearing his music with him walking to the ring. And I would even love a heel turn when he comes back. Like, I know it won't happen, but I would even love it just because he can.
After that announcement, he ain't gonna get no heel like Pop.
What? He ain't gonna ever be a heel again.
Lord,
He's
listen.
gonna be Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch
When
is
his
trying to cut puppies right now.
when his
Ain't nobody
music
cut
played for the
puppies.
first time, girl. When his music played for the first, that's why I wanted to be a surprise. So when his music played, people like shocked and just go fucking ape shit. Like, no, he's not back. It can't be true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they did with John Cena was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble in 2008, and nobody knew he was supposed to be number 30. And his music hit, and people lost their fucking mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I want it.
Like,
If they could pull that off for a WrestleMania main event next year, like I would cry. I don't know. I mean, I know that's not a reasonable time frame, and I just, I'm being hopeful and naive even when it comes to these things. But I just that man, I think I I was a fan of him and I supported him and I thought he was amazing and everything. But this week really made me realize how much he impacted me and I didn't realize that. You know what I mean? I convinced myself it was still just a show. And I didn't realize that he played such a huge part of my life. And it's still processing. It's still an ongoing thing for me. I'm still trying to get through it. But I can't wait to know that he's back and that he's well.
yeah, I just want the best for him and his family, and whatever he decides, I want him to live a long and happy life.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, oh God,
Yeah.
it's a lot, and we just got to keep leaning on each other. Tyler, you like? Is there like anything else? It's sad, but
I do have a sad bar talking about sad. Samoa Joe's injured again.
Yeah, I heard.
oh yeah. See, that's I like Samoa Joe should have been in the company 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what that is, and it's sad. It's so many people injured. And that's another thing. It's just like all these injuries piling up and all the news, and it's
There's a lot been going on.
This is like it's entertainment, and you take for granted the moments that they actually entertain you when things like this happen.
Yeah. I think for me, like the injuries, like I said, I'm so accustomed because, like Tyler, you made me really emotional earlier when you were talking about having to give up basketball because again, it's one of those things where I'm like, wow, it's weird because I'm like, can't you just rehab it in 6 months? I don't understand.
Like I don't.
It's
wish,
weird. They do such amazing things.
I don't wish those. I wouldn't wish that injury on nobody. Like we want to talk about depressed. Like plenty of times where I couldn't sleep because I was in a lot of pain, having to go to rehab right after surgery, like hopped up on Vicodin, like waking up like at 3 a.m, just sitting in the living room the entire time, just staring at a wall. Like it's bad, man. It's and having to trying to come back from it, and then it's happening over and over again. It's like it sucks.
So when you're seeing these wrestlers in their rehab videos, what is going through your mind when you're seeing that?
You just have to like. It's basically like it's mental. Like you have to stay positive. Have people in your corner, keep pushing yourself, and then it's like even after even after you've, healed back up, your leg is strong, you still have to it's still a mental game with it, because you don't want to mess it up again and be out again. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's like I can relate that with Roman as well, because it's like, yeah, even though my cancer is in remission, I know it can always come back, but it's like I have to try not to think about that. And I know that had to be tough for him too, not to think about it, the 11 years that he was in remission. So it's
Yeah.
like, even when I came back from my ACL surgeries, it was still a mental game with it, because you're playing basketball, anything can happen. You can land on your knee wrong,
Mm.
whatever, and it can be torn again. So it's like,
So when you see someone like Seth Rollins come back, and I'm sorry to make this an interview, I'm just fascinated by this idea of like, because I've never played sports. I tried to the volleyball coach in high school saw the potential in me, and he was like, you should join a volleyball team. And I said, do I have to wear those shorts, sir? And I
yeah,
never came back. Like,
yeah.
I didn't have the confidence for that kind of stuff, and I recognize how. But I will say it. I said it then, and I'll say it now. Student athletes are the most well-adjusted adults I've ever met, because y'all balance time differently. I get depressed and, like, stop doing basic things, and I feel like student athletes will be like, I just didn't have enough time, so I only did like a 10-minute workout
I
today.
mean, yeah,
And
like
it's
in
like,
high school.
what?
I mean, like in high school, it's fun, and then even in college, it's fun. But it kind of feels like a job somewhat, because it's like you wake up early, gotta do cardio, lift weights, then you got practice right after. Then right after practice, just straight to class, then eat, then you have to go to
You see,
study hall,
but you see how you
and
take
then
care
it's
of
like I
yourself and
wouldn't,
do everything.
and then it's like I wouldn't get back to my dorm to like 10 o'clock at night, and then wouldn't go to sleep till like 1 in the morning, because I'm still up studying, and then have to do it all over again. So like during the week, you wouldn't catch me doing nothing. On the weekends, yeah, I'm probably having fun. During the week though, it's like it's strictly business, because
That's
you're
why I say y'all
demanded.
make the most well-adjusted adults.
It,
But
it, it takes up a lot of your time. It
I
definitely
think,
does.
I
And
think
see,
it
that's
just,
another reason why you relate to Roman, because you
yeah,
like you have experienced the same type of schedule and discipline that he had. I
yeah.
did not know that about you, Tyler.
Yeah,
And
you
that
you're you're
explains a
basically
lot,
busting.
girl.
You're
That
basically
explains
busting.
so much, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
does.
it's fascinating. I appreciate you all so much, because I just, I mean, when I say I mean student athletes, I just, as an adult, I definitely recognize that while I didn't do athletics in college, in high school or college, I did debate. So I can argue you down. I think y'all can tell. But but I recognize the mental strength that I just noticed that student athletes have, that I personally feel like I don't have, because I never had to balance in that way, where the first thing that suffers is me taking care of myself. And that was what inspired me so much about Roman, was because it's like through all of this, he was taking care of himself. He would eat right. He would work out, and that's the first thing that goes, I listen, I had a hard week and I ordered Domino's, and I haven't ordered Domino's in months. And I've been trying really hard with my weight loss goals. And I just, ordered Domino's and got Crown Royal and said, fuck it.
I mean, that's what I do. I work out three days a week. Y'all see my little picture showing my little abs.
Yes, girl.
Yes, I did. I said flex, honey.
But
You
no, it
better
was
work.
just. I mean, it was kind of like that in high school too. Like after basketball season was over, it was straight to AAU. I had spring practices in high school. Then after my, I'll never forget. It was during the summer. Just got through playing a game, AAU game, summer game. Had to go to basketball practice for high school. Mind you, we still in the tournament. After high school practice, had to go back to the tournament and play. Had to take an energy drink to keep. So it was
Yeah.
like it was nonstop with me, like 24/7, because I loved it that much, and I was willing to keep coming back from my ACL injuries, because I believe I can still play. I believe I can still play. It's just I can't play competitively. recreationally, I could still play with no problem. It's like getting on a bike for me. But it's
You
like
said
if
you
I
gonna
was
wash
willing to,
everybody. I
you know,
got you.
I mean,
In
yeah,
seventh grade for 3 weeks, I was on the basketball team, and my teacher, after getting frustrated, said, "Just stand under the hoop and catch the ball and throw it to someone on your team." And I said, "I am a star." I
yeah.
got you. We gonna play 1-on-1.
I mean, if you love something,
No, I'm not good at it. I
if
don't
you
love
I
it at
mean
all.
if you really love something, you're gonna do whatever it takes to make it back. I was willing to go through that go through having to come back from an ACL injury 4 times just so I could play. I mean,
Mhm.
so it's like, and people was like, after the first one, I would have quit. I would have stopped. But it's like, when you've been playing since you were 5, you're gonna do whatever you can to make it back.
So Roman means so much more to you because you get why he wants to be back and his why he said it's not a retirement speech.
Yes, I get it.
Yes, girl. He
Definitely.
he's inspired so many people. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I hear you guys talking. I just think all I have to do is just eat some salads. Like it shouldn't be this hard. Shouldn't be this
But
hard.
I
Niggas is fighting cancer. Like,
Mom,
chill out. Who's
Hi,
that?
Mom.
Hi.
Hi.
this is my mom, Ladonna.
Hi.
Mom,
Welcome
oh
to
my
Suplexes and Shea Butter.
gosh. What's happening?
What's up? They're so
I
cute.
love it.
I knew
Yeah.
she was gonna do
Making
that.
my heart melt. Oh,
I knew she was gonna do that.
you
She's
turned
so
baby
pretty.
face tonight. Tyler's a baby face. I'm gonna be the heel for the show from now on.
She's a hothead. She's a mess. I love her.
That was cute. And we all need that. And we all
Yeah.
need to appreciate like I did not know that tweet when I put out like I was emotional as hell and I had just come home from work and I get on Twitter and I just kept scrolling and seeing Roman and I just started breaking down and I
I
sent
heard.
that tweet out. I did
Yeah.
not know it was gonna pop like that. A lot of people felt that shit, but you gotta appreciate the ones you have. And
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
you can't take anything for granted anymore.
Yeah.
No. No. Nope. You
And
can't.
I'm learning that. And so I'm not gonna take the empire for granted. And we're gonna stay linked up. And we are gonna get this through this together. Cause
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people who may be listening to this show express some feelings of depression, sadness, anger, grief. They don't know what like it's okay to seek out some help, seek somebody to talk to.
100%. I spent 8
Even
months in
if like
therapy.
you can't afford it, like if even if you're not religious, find somebody, a church, a pastor, somebody that's gonna listen and talk to you, that's close to you, that you can just unload your problems to, because keeping it inside is not gonna help. See, like I was called a crybaby when I was little, but like I didn't ever cry.
Same.
I didn't ever care that I cried because like you might think I'm crying because I'm scared or I'm sad, but I might be crying because what I want to do
I
will get me in
can't.
trouble. I can't do that.
Yes.
So instead, I'm gonna cry and pray for your soul because you don't know how lucky you are that I can't do what I want to do. That's me a lot of times. And so it's okay to express your emotions in healthy ways, even bad emotions. We need it. Everything cannot be positive. Like the empire is not going to be 100% positive.
Yeah.
We was just talking about on the last show about eating each other alive,
Yeah.
and this shit happened.
Yeah. It happens. It definitely
Yeah.
happens.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can be reminded of why we are here because of this great man.
Yeah.
Y'all got any more experiences and stuff? Because I'm like, I'm mentally exhausted. Like,
No. I
No, I
think
ain't got
that
no more.
Crown Royal salted caramel crown. This episode of Suplexes and Shea Butter was brought to you by Crown
like
Royal.
when I
Sponsored
when
by
I
Crown
tell
Royal.
y'all when I first started talking about Roman, I did not know I was finna tell everybody like exactly why this man means so much to me. And it's just
Yeah.
like seeing the example he led. Like, I know I'm a good person and I need a good person in my life if I'm gonna call him. That's why, like, when I see these pick me's and all this and that,
Talk
I'm
about
like,
it.
but you doing it for a raggedy mother, you know what I'm saying? I can see, like, if I'm that type of wife, I'm gonna be that type of wife to a husband who carries himself like this man in public all the time, my name in his mouth, proud of me,
Yeah.
bigs me up. He called his wife a strong black woman.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, you can't tell me nothing about Roman Reigns. He called his wife a strong black woman. You better shut the fuck up about Roman Reigns.
I stand.
Ah,
I saw the best tweet
girl,
the other day. They were like, "I love this generation of NOI men because they refuse white women.
they refuse. You hear me?
Every last one of them got somebody black." I said, "Yes, boo."
I'm down with it. Where do they live at? Damn.
All
I
I
need to
want.
move
If
there.
Roman really loves us, he'd post a master post on Instagram with ages and instas. That's all I need.
I'm telling you. Drop some of those so I can be in the family. Okay.
I'm will now, and I will say this, and you can take it how you will. But I'm just trying to get in on that gene pool, even if I could get some of the genes on my face, and you can take that how you
Girl,
will.
listen, you got to laugh to get it out of your system. And let's just laugh together, cry together,
Yeah.
attack these motherfuckers together. No, I'm just joking. Let's block them together
Yeah.
and just pray and hope for the best. And this has been fun for me. I got it out.
Yeah.
If anybody, my DM's wide open. I told you, if you want to vent about it, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I understand.
My DMs are open to people who don't call me sexy thick chocolate. Once you don't do that, I'll answer you. But if you did that, just understand it's gonna stay on red.
Damn, girl.
I said,
All right.
sir.
You got anything to say before we get up out of here, Tyler? All right. This has been Suplexes and Straight Butter. And once again, we wish the best for Roman Reigns, aka Joe Anoa'i, on his journey. And I guess we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.